people are not built for success. And everything that comes with success is very, very like triggering of paranoia. The whole point of going on a yacht
Piece of garbage.
Is that
I hate him. That is not the whole purpose of going on yacht. Please do not listen to this man.
You get to that point of money and success, and especially fame, you're always in survival mode, even when you think you're out.
I've been around very successful people, and they're not in survival mode. If anything, they could see that I'm in survival mode. I mean, they can literally see that in me all the time.
What do you guys think like survival mode is though? Like,
that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between survival mode and struggle mode.
Correct.
Right? Struggling is struggling. So you're going through the process, you're trying to figure it out, whatever the situation is, you're struggling, and that's fine. But survival mode is literally, like, in my opinion, survival mode is literally your head is on a swivel. You're worried about everything and trying to figure out and assess everything. You don't even know who to trust. You don't know who's real. You don't know who's not. You know, now it's not just about, okay, I got to find what to eat. It's also, I got to know who I'm sitting down and eating with, right? And I feel like once you get to a certain point and you get to that point of money and success, and especially fame, you're always in survival mode, even when you think you're out. You're in the biggest survival mode of all time because you don't know the person who's been your best friend is going to rat you out and or, you know, put you in a position of harm's way to try to rob you. You don't know. You literally don't know because you have the one thing that makes you the biggest target amongst 99% of the world.
I feel like I get that logic. And it may be for some people, for sure, they experience that. But I think it also just depends on where you are, what world you're in, you know? Like, if you're in the entertainment world, for sure, they definitely feel like that. But there are other worlds that they have small circles and they really trust everybody around them. They only fuck with family or, you know, like... But even still, right? Family could fuck you over. Anybody could fuck you over in the end of the day. You always have to have your guard up. But... it's a different type of survival.
But I was saying, I learned that people are not built for success. And everything that comes with success is very, very, like, triggering of paranoia. And to be able to live and survive with paranoia on a day-to-day basis, you know...
it's a fucking skill.
It's a skill. It's survival. Like, it's a survival skill. Because imagine going through life not being able to trust everybody or anybody.
I have it tatted on me, trust no one.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Where's that tattoo at?
Right here.
But all right, when you got that tattoo, were you in survival mode?
Yeah. And I feel like I still struggle with that. I think I'm more aware of it now. After my last experience with my ex. You know, I'm going to therapy. But for sure, I feel like I've basically been in survival mode all my life. You know, since I was a kid. So
if I give you $10 million today, I give you $10 million today. I'm saying, all right, that's a good amount of money.
Yeah.
Right? That's not survival mode money no more.
Nope.
Right?
It's not survival mode.
I give you $10 million today. Do you feel like you start to change how you look at the people that's closest to you? Because they start asking for you or start asking from... they start asking for a lot of things from you, things that you've never even thought that they would ask or get upset when you tell them no.
So I've already experienced that to some shape or form. So I can only imagine as you progress, and if I have fucking $10 million, everybody's going to be on my ass asking for this, that, and they definitely won't like my response. But it is what it is. I'm prepared for it.
But that's my thing. So, like, you're never leaving survival mode. Shout out to Clarissa Shields. She had the biggest reflective moment recently when she had an interview and she was talking about how, like, she's helped her family and she's supported them in many different financial ways, but she's learned something very valuable, and it's not what you can give your peers.
Yeah.
They want what you have, right? So, mind you, she comes from Michigan, I believe. She comes from a survival area, right? Survival mode area. And now she's at she's literally one of the top, if not the top female boxers in history. And she's well paid.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I look at all these people and it's like, why do we strive for success thinking that is going to bail us out of survival mode? And if anything, is going to put us in more of a survival mode than we've ever been in. We're never going to be able to look
Then
at
that
people the
just
same way.
sucks. That just sucks.
But that's the reality, you know? That's
We're
the
just always
reality.
in survival mode. That's horrible for us.
I think it's important.
Survival mode because they have to feed everybody and they have a support system, or is it because they feel like somebody's gonna attack them, or like they want what they have, like you said earlier?
I think you just don't know people's true intentions until you have something that they need.
Yeah, that's true.
And until you get to that point, you won't ever understand, right? And even the people that you help, you're going to soon find out that there's not enough help that you can give them, right? Unless you literally change lives with them.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest part, because some of these
You
people
can't
you've
change
grown up with.
everybody's lives.
Well, you can't swap lives with them, right? You can't swap, and that's my thing. So when it comes down to success, I don't think that success should be shared. I think success is only meant for those who can deal with high pressure, paranoia,
for sure.
and just, it sounds
I
crazy.
agree. No, I agree 1,000%. I feel like
So you don't believe in like putting other people on if you're like up there?
no.
You can try
You
it.
could
It's
try
not
to-
gonna
yeah,
work.
You could still. I mean, I still attempt, right? Because it's you wanna
A clear
get good
conscience.
karma. Like you wanna say you attempted, you did something, and what you do with that is on you now. And that's how I see it. Like I give you that play, and how you move, that's on you. But you can't, like you said, you can't force anybody to be successful, and not everybody's you.
Do you think that the people around you are in the position that they're in life because of unfortunate circumstances or terrible habits? That's the question you need to ask. And when you understand that the habits that they have put them in that position, you understand that there's no way that you can change their life, even if you gave them everything you got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate part. So you want to help them, and you do it for your clear conscience. You do it because, like, you get to say, I at least tried. I tried to help you.
Yeah.
And now you cannot care freely. Right? You cannot care freely.
Yeah, but not everybody is built for it. Not everybody is built for what success comes with.
But like, what fun is it if you're like up here and then all your like peers are not?
That's
You're
why-
gonna meet new peers.
I'd always think like,
You meet new
in my
peers.
time, I would, want everybody else to come up with me. I don't know. I wouldn't like leave them and be like,
It's not leaving them. Especially if you're attempting. If they don't meet you at the top, like, how's that your fault?
no.
Yeah, I
As long
mean,
as like I'm obviously presenting an opportunity.
Yeah, that's
So, like
it.
you said, I tried.
You tried, and then you're always gonna meet new peers.
the job of a successful person and their peers is to provide an opportunity for their peers. Whether or not they maximize that opportunity is on them. If you look at Rich Paul and LeBron James, best friends for a long period of time, if not their whole lives, LeBron provided him an opportunity. He maximized it and was able to make himself and LeBron hundreds of millions of dollars, if not more. I'm pretty sure that LeBron probably had a couple other friends that didn't make it, but he also did try. He did present opportunities to a couple of his friends, and they all were able to maximize it. So when it comes, yeah, you're right. Why do you want to live life without bringing the people up with you? Of course you do. But your job is to provide an opportunity. But with that opportunity, you're going to realize why they are who they are and why they're at where they're at. And if they maximize it, then you understand that they had the ability the whole time. But you're never going to know until you give them that chance. And when you do, you hope for the best. What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Rico Hundo. Ladies, I request big energy, please. It's going to be a vibe. We're going to be talking about current events, different perspectives, and maybe even share a couple little bits of our lives, if it fits the conversation. But today, I have the beautiful Naisha.
What up? What up?
I also have the beautiful AD. go ahead. I mean, they've probably seen you before, but if you don't mind, just share your Instagram or your social media handles.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Naisha on the set, Naisha on the set.
And for you, AD?
It is bad girl AD_.
Bad girl.
Right? We were just talking about it. She was saying
trying to change
she was
my
saying
stuff.
she wanted to change her Instagram
I
name.
feel like it is a little childish.
When you made bad girl, was it because you were being bad, or were you like
That's
a
what I was
baddie?
telling her. I'm like, you a bad girl.
Like, I don't know. I kind of thought, you know how before Rihanna had bad gal? So I just kind of like switched it up. And
You
put
thought
my
you were
initials.
Riri.
Yeah.
But I want to change it. I just don't know. I tried to change it the other day, and I feel like I have an attachment to it. Because I was like, ew, what is this? And I changed it right back.
I have a question for you ladies, right? Just knowing a little bit about, your history in terms of work and how you guys or girls met each other. My question is, how do you know when to pivot and I guess do your own thing when you're talking about business and or modeling or agency wise?
I feel like for me personally, I do a lot of stuff even outside of the agency. So I pay attention to what is being said, what is being needed, and then from there I make a conscious decision in my head like, okay, is this for me or is this for the agency? Is this for the girls? So that's normally how I move. There have been times where I am out with the girls and I see something that's for me and I'm gonna jump on that for me. Granted, I always do look out for the girls, but it has to make sense. All the girls are more on the younger side. AD is my baby. I feel like I guide her as much as I can. I love her so much. Yeah, don't mess with her. Okay, don't mess with this one right here. But yeah, I feel like it's a hit or miss. It goes both ways.
I'm still learning.
I was gonna ask you, how do you feel about being mentored in a way? A lot of people are scared to get a coach, a mentor, or somebody to try to guide them. A lot of people want to learn life their own way or business their own way and try to go through those experiences and learn from them if they can. But if Naisha is sitting here with you and you're still learning, which is what you just said, what's your thoughts on, I guess, that kind of mentorship that you've been getting or gaining thus far?
I'm here for it. Like, honestly, like I don't have like the best relationship like with my mother. Like, so like it's kind of like I don't want to say it's like a mother thing, but it's more like a guidance kind of thing, which is I'd rather be guided than just throw me in the fire,
Yeah.
Knowing what to do, what to say, how to say it, I feel like it's very important. I've had learned like what I'd like to go, like certain events that I'd like to go to, certain events that I'm like, all right, now I'm cool off of it. Or like I like this and I don't like this. Like I learned, I like ecom modeling. Like that's one of the things.
Ecom modeling?
Yeah.
What's
ecom
modeling? Like
you see those girls on Fashion Nova, you see the same
like
girls,
websites,
like
magazines, billboards. That's like ecom.
Yeah.
Basically modeling, but digital.
Yeah.
Your photos,
Right.
shopping them around.
Commercial modeling.
Yeah. Oh wow.
As opposed to like a video vixen kind of.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Because there's different lanes.
Yeah. I'll still do a video or here and there, but it just depends on like what kind of things that they require. Sometimes they want you in lingerie, shaking your butt, doing X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, all right, nah, that's not the image I'm going for. Which is why I want to change my Instagram name because I feel like I'm growing out of bad girl AD. I just don't know.
We were just talking about it. So
Don't know what direction to go in. I tried, but some other girl has my same name.
What, AD or like your actual name?
My actual name. So my real name is Anaya.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to just put Anaya and that's it. Nothing else. But
what about the D?
The D is my last name. I'm not.
Anaya D.
It's so important.
I feel like AD is like, oh, that's AD. Like it has like a little ring to it. I don't know.
Did you try AD?
Yeah, don't work neither. I tried.
Well, AD is obviously not.
I tried asking ChatGPT.
It's not gonna work. There's too many people with those initials. It's super common. I always a little tip of business and branding I'll give is that it's very important to brand your name. One thing I've learned is that if you look at the history of all the people or families who have had wealth and generational wealth passed down from generation to generation, they've always kept a significant of value or significant value on their names.
Agreed.
right? They don't like to deviate from, even my daughter, right? So I made my daughter her Instagram. She's 4 years old. And then I also made her podcast a little bit. I've been experimenting with that,
So cute.
right? And at the end of her little segment or sermon, she says Violet Jolie, because even her brand is Violet Jolie. That's her first name, you know. So I want to brand her name because I understand that if her name holds weight, then it'll help her open up doors and opportunities as she goes, and you don't have to
Sure.
deviate from it. That's why you see a lot of people, for example, let's use The Rock, right? The Rock was a wrestler. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I don't know if you know
I
me.
used to watch.
What do you
How old were you when that was
right,
on?
what do you call? Do you call him The Rock?
What's his name now? Like, what's his like real name?
Wait.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne.
Do I call him The Rock?
Yeah.
I don't really speak about him much.
Okay.
Honestly.
Only reason why I
Like,
asked is
why do I need to be talking about
because
this?
you know it's funny, right? So I asked my son. I'm like, yo, so like we were talking about The Rock, and I was like, do you know who The Rock is? And he goes, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And it's like, if you know you're a WWE fan or WWF fan from back then,
Yeah.
nobody says that whole name.
Yeah.
It's either Dwayne Johnson or The Rock. It's one or the other. But
Word.
you see like somebody like him, when he goes throughout his rebranding and he's like, hey, I want to get out of this wrestling phase. I want to actually, you know, build my own brand or build my name. They always go back to their original name or a name that's not taken, you know?
Yeah.
So even like Young Thug, now he wants to call himself Jeffrey, which is his actual name. So I definitely would say, from a business tip, it might be worth it just to use your name. You know, it might, unless somebody actually has it, which then you have to change.
I was trying to do that.
No, you didn't want to use the D.
Anaya D.
I didn't want to use the D because I just wanted to use Anaya.
What's your? Do you want to say your last name?
No.
What's the Anaya D? I
Don't wanna-
actually like the way that sounds, Anaya D. It sounds very like,
Think about you.
Classic.
Think about you introducing me to somebody.
this
Hey,
is
this
Anaya.
D.
Let's
No,
just say
this
it
is
now.
Anaya. And then when they see your D, you be like, that's my last name. Like,
It makes sense.
I don't know. I'll try it. See what Instagram.
doesn't hurt.
See if
It doesn't
Instagram
hurt.
approves.
Yeah, but like AD said, I feel like when it comes to the girls, I definitely like, I think about myself at her age, and I didn't have what I give them, you know? So that's how I move. I feel like I try to remember her age and what I was thinking and how I was moving and how I was feeling. And now she's in settings that I wasn't in when I was her age. So it's like now, okay, you're gonna utilize this because you're younger. There's so much more you can do. You know, you have some time on you still, and you're at this point. So, you know, there's potential. So yeah.
Do you feel like you do that because you don't want to repeat the cycle? You don't want somebody to go through what you went through?
Maybe subconsciously, but I feel like, yeah, like I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help the universe as much as I can. I'm gonna help all the girlies as much as I can. Like,
So I coach, right? And I only say that because I do the same thing for the same reason, you know. And I'm like, damn, I be seeing these kids, and I said it at the table. I was like, I had a little emotional moment when I was like, our first game, and we were just having mad trials and tribulations leading up to it. And I was like, just one thing I ask is never quit on me, and I'll never quit on you. I was like, damn, hold on. I had to take a step to the side real quick. And they're like, we won't quit, coach. We won't quit. I'm like, but like, it's that moment where you see a bunch of people who could actually be led in that same direction of your life. And if you lived it, you don't want somebody to experience it because it's not necessary.
correct, exactly. So before they make some of the mistakes I've made, I'm definitely gonna try to stop them naturally.
Do they listen?
Sometimes they don't, right? Like everybody's gonna do what they want to do. I can't control their body. I can't control their mind. I can't control how they dress. Like I could only give them my opinion, give them my take on things, give them my guidance, and what they choose to do with it is on them. That goes back to giving people that opportunity. Yeah. You know, like that's really what it is. I put them in rooms where there's a lot of good connections there. You know, I do my best naturally to bring some people over, but I can only do so much, you know? Like I gotta look out for myself too. You know, I put y'all there. Everybody gotta play their part.
You're all adults.
I feel like I'm coachable. What do you think?
1,000%.
Yeah, I'm never like. I mean, sometimes I'm like, Naisha, you know, you gotta do this.
And sometimes I'll be like, AD, you know you should have did this. And you're like, So, it is like that mother-daughter relationship, but we're we're friends.
I want to kind of get it. Can we peel that layer back a little bit about being coachable? Like, what makes you want to be coachable?
I don't know everything.
Yeah, like you want.
I don't know everything, and there's a lot to learn.
No.
And some people
at
don't.
This big age, you understand that now.
Yeah.
But at 20 years old, there was no real coaching me. Like, there was no real.
I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, that is a good question for AD. What at your age right now, when you see things, what makes you feel like, okay, yeah,
I need to listen.
Yeah, I need to listen. I wanna learn. It's true, because at 23 I was a wild cannon too. I didn't wanna. I was like, what you said? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be like embarrassed or like do the wrong thing and be looked at weird. So I feel like she knows a lot more than I do. I have to listen, and I'm a female at the end of the day. Like, the way we perceive ourselves is very important.
Yeah, Alan would tell you that, like, there's been moments I definitely didn't listen.
No, yeah, me too. In other aspects, some people be like, I don't listen.
And me too, 1,001 times.
I'm trying.
It'd be so hard because you be wanting to be right so bad. Like, you just can't wait to be like, I told you. And then you just be like, damn, you got to make that call. Like, you was right. You was right. Is it because you trust the outside people more, their judgment?
What do you mean? Then more like my family?
Yeah.
I feel like it's more like with the industry wise. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I do tell her she be a little rough with her mama. She gotta be better, because she be a little.
I was like, can you stop calling me?
She be rough. I be like, hey, D, don't talk to your mom like that. Like, I'm a mom, so it's like
You just putting
You
yourself.
also have a different relationship with your daughters, though. Like, I'm pretty sure
you're right.
you have a closer bond with them. I'm pretty sure you don't call them out of their names.
You're right.
So there's different.
You're right. I know everybody has different relationships, but I'm always like pro.
I want that relationship with my mom, though. I want that.
So how do you get that, though?
I don't know, Jesus. Because I don't know at this point.
Right?
Yeah,
maybe it
starts somewhere. It starts with someone.
At first, I was like used to like argue back. I don't argue back anymore. I'm very heavy on my peace.
Yeah, but
I'll block you before.
Just because. So listen, I'm good on silence. Silence always is a great answer.
Yeah.
Right. It's actually more powerful than it is looked at or should be.
Answer. Silence is an answer.
Yeah. But that's not a bridge when you're talking about rekindling or establishing a relationship, right? Silence is also dismissive. So then you get to a point where you're gonna end up back in the same position in which you started. And then I look at the relationship in my house with me and my daughter and her mother. I will never be a woman. I won't understand it. But every woman I know has had some quarrel with their mom at some point, right? And sometimes it lasts a long time, and sometimes it doesn't. But I see exactly living with a young woman and an adult woman. I see exactly what the problem is.
What's the problem?
What's the problem?
The problem is, maybe it's just in my house. Disclaimer. The problem is the adult woman wants the younger woman to be submissive and dominate. And it's not guiding, it's not teaching, it's dominance. And I watch literally my daughter rebel because she doesn't want to be dominated, she want to be taught. But I watch her mom try to dominate. And she might not think that she's coming across it that way. Of course, she's looking out for her better interests and she wants her to be whatever, the best that she could be. But there's a way to do it. And so when I look at it, and then I'm like, damn, when you look at women from just, outside perspective, if you watch two friends, one is a dominant one isn't, right? And it's always like a weird dynamic. You know what I'm saying? It's always a weird dynamic. And when you have two strong-minded women, they don't work well because they too busy finding out who's the more dominant one. You know what I mean?
Do you think that they could be alike too at some point? That could also be a problem.
Well, see, I don't get it when it comes to women because if I'm alike, like a man, if me and a man are alike, we're probably gonna click up and be best friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be like, ah, damn, you just think you know it all. We actually laugh because we be like, yo, you wrong this time. Like, damn, really? Like it actually just happened to me and my friend.
It's true. It's a different energy with women and men for sure.
Yeah, so that's my perspective on that. But when it comes down to rekindling that relationship, somebody's gonna have to submit, and that's the end all what I was trying to say. And it's not gonna be a proving grounds. It's not gonna be a hey, look, I know more than you, I did more than you, mom, or whatever the case may be. It's gonna be a hey, listen, I understand the way that you may think and the way that you view life, and I want to respect that, and I also would like for you to respect mine too. And it's some type of compromise that then has to happen, right? To rekindle that mother daughter relationship. And I'm only speaking from my personal experience because I'm seeing what is happening.
And I'm sure your mom has hella advice and guidance for you because your mom looked like she one of us. Like
No.
One of us.
like she's like,
That girl?
like you could tell she, when she's still pretty. Like her body's still nice and done. Like she's still like a young mom. Like, she's a little bit older than me, but she's still a young mom. You could see it in her. So I'm sure in her younger years, she was outside running shit. So it's like, I'm sure she has experience and guidance for you too. I'm sure there's things that you have ran to me and Holiday about that you could even run to her about. It's just unfortunately right now you guys are not there. But like if you could get there.
So because do you think I'm the child that I'm the one that needs to be submissive to the situation?
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I say
That's
this
normally how it go though.
because I also don't.
I'm a mother, so my kids better submit.
But see, and I don't agree with that too because I empower
That's
my
just
children.
because you want your baby
want-
to be the dominant
I want them
one.
to be outspoken. I don't like silencing my children. I want them to be confident, when they speak, whether they're right or wrong, when you own the consequence, right? Or the reward. But what I would say to that, and I think that this is not just for, this conversation, but it's for other people out there, young people as well. You also have to be patient with your parents.
Word.
Because as much as they're here to teach you, you're there to teach them.
Yeah, they're learning.
And there's a lot of times where they're not willing to learn yet, right? So, if there's anybody, and Marie would tell you, because I don't believe in giving grace, if there's anybody that you should give grace to, it's only your parents, in my opinion. I had a whole argument with my mom like 2 years ago. And it's because I told her, I said, my mom had me at 17. And I said,
my mom had me at 18. So she's a young mom.
So she's young.
And grew up together in a way.
And so look, so I said this to my mom. I said, you taught me and I taught you. My mom's like, how the hell did you teach me? I was the one wiping your ass. And I'm like, yo, you don't think that I taught you? Because at some point in time, as the age gap is literally barely one generation.
Yeah.
Literally.
Barely one generation, right? So literally I'm helping, teach her throughout the process as well as learn from her throughout the process. So when you have that dynamic, what happens is you have to just take a step back and say, you know what? At some point in time, they will understand too, But you just got to keep showing up and being there. I'm not saying tolerate disrespect and whatnot. Put your happiness aside and be abused at all, verbally or whatever case. But at some point in time, that's the fine line in terms of how to rekindle that relationship. I went to school for therapy. I'm so lying right now.
Yeah, he the hood therapist. Come see him.
But I did study psychology and I did study sociology. Let's get into some current events. Let's talk about shit. I see you've been outside.
I've been outside.
Enjoying your life.
As I should, shit. As I should.
I mean, so look. Take me out of being boring, right? Because I'm inside.
No, take me out of being boring.
And I'm outside and I'm watching the close friends. I'm watching the friends.
You need to stay your ass inside.
Why?
You know why?
Happy home.
You know why. Stay your ass inside.
So you trying to tell me taking guy can't have fun with single women?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not for taking men. It's for single men.
But aren't most men that are there taken?
No.
Some.
Not most. There be some, but not most.
So when they outside, they having fun too. I just want to be a part of the crew.
Nah, you're not gonna be my liability.
Wait, how would I be your liability? Naisha, please explain this to me. I just want to have fun. I see you outside having fun, enjoying your life. I've been watching it, and I do know that you just came off of a nice bid, aka relationship.
Bid. Yes, it's been a year and 4 months now.
And you decide this summer you're going all in.
I did. It's been good, and I still have a month left.
What's in the plan?
So I'm definitely yachting.
Hopefully another yacht
We yachting a lot this
I've
summer.
been saying, yeah, I've been seeing that.
on a boat.
So
We tripping on yachts.
are y'all where are y'all leaving out of? New Jersey or New York?
New
York.
Rochelle.
Oh, that's far.
Yeah, that's where all the boats is. Like that I'm connected to.
That you're connected
That
to.
I'm connected to. They out there. They're not over here. They're not close to me.
Oh my
Far,
God.
far away.
No, I mean,
I saw your story. They were like, "Oh, I got the girls with me again,"
yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, I already seen." I was like, "Oh, I
already
know where
what's
this
about
is
to go
going."
down.
No, I just feel like where I am right now in my career, right? And like the people that I'm around, there's literally something going on every day, right? Like there's an invite somewhere every day. Do I go out every day? I try not to, if it's beneficial to me, if I'm being paid, of course. If there's somebody that I want to connect with, for sure I'm there. If it's something the girls want to do, like we'll go, because I always throw it in the chat, like, hey, this is what's going on. There's this album release party. There's this yacht. There's this. There's that. So I'm definitely enjoying my summer.
My question is, do boats bring out the most fun out of girls?
For sure.
Yeah.
I think for sure.
What is it about a boat that changes for a girl? Like if I
know.
because I don't get the same girl in the club as I get on a boat.
I don't know. I think it's the sun. It's the sun and the water.
The sun just brings it out. The sun brings it out.
The sun bring it out.
AD,
You said you don't get the same girl in the club as you
As
do.
in the,
I was on the boat. This,
What's it
like you
like-
can take the same girl.
Can you elaborate?
yeah,
Go
elaborate
ahead.
it more into. You
Yeah.
know though, AD.
You know what I'm
You
saying.
know what he's talking about. Like
You get this. Let's say I take.
Wait, I have an idea, but I want to hear what you got to say.
All right, let's say we take Naisha. I get Naisha in the club. Section 2, like same, like good quality vibes. Naisha's gonna have fun, whatever. Then I get Naisha on the boat, right?
Like,
I get Naisha on the boat.
what you want to say, Rico?
I'm not saying that this actually happened. It's an example,
Hypothetically.
right?
Make that clear.
I get Naisha on the boat, and it's like all bets are off. Anything goes.
Nah, chill. Chill.
Oh, okay, I know what you mean now.
I don't promote getting doing anything
not saying
sexual on the
you.
boat. I don't know. Even for the girls, I don't promote that.
Yeah, I've been on many yachts.
Wait, listen. She was just on the yacht with me. I was yelling at bitches, right?
You were? Who are you yelling
Are you
at?
serious?
I said something to you, and I was like,
I went
yo.
downstairs and I handled it.
Oh, I didn't know that you did that.
You didn't see her come
Oh, wait,
upstairs
you-
like all like,
You did say you were going to talk to her.
uh-huh.
But I didn't
yeah.
see it verbatim.
She didn't
I
see
didn't
because she
see
was
it.
upstairs. But I don't play that
Where
shit.
you go, that one girl?
Out of the three.
Yeah.
No, I yelled at all of them.
But when you get a girl on a boat, anything goes.
No, that's
I'm trying to
I
tell
think
you.
maybe it's on a bucket list.
Okay, it's on a bucket
That's
list.
Maybe it's on a bucket list.
you
Maybe
gotta
it's
get
like,
a
yo,
new
I've
car.
always wanted to do X, Y, and Z on a boat or on a yacht.
so in order for you to have like a regular time where I'm not worried about bitches, it got to be girls that already been on the yacht 1,001 times.
They gotta be.
Actually, you know when we were with them,
No, I'm saying. When we was on the
the first one, that was my first time like on a yacht.
I know,
That was
I
my
know,
first
I
time.
remember you told me.
So yeah. So yacht fantasies right now. That's what we're talking about.
I'm just saying maybe that's the reason why you get two different girls. Maybe they have like a bucket list or like I've always,
Nah, but the girls that go on the boat all the time, not all the time, but like let's say they go once or twice a year. They're frequent. They've been on yachts.
Mm-hmm.
You still get a different version of them.
You do. I mean, I'm definitely like twerking and doing the most on the yacht, like which I know.
Yeah, yacht.
I normally don't do that.
yeah,
You know, like
that's
I'm not for that. You know that. So
maybe it's more intimate. Yachts are a little bit more intimate though. Like you only have like a small, maybe max
Only 10
15 people.
Yeah.
You get
Max
used to
13.
you get used to the people that are new and you don't really know.
Yeah, you'll probably never see them again.
it's either it's like,
No.
that's what it is.
Maybe,
It's like-
maybe not.
It's like a mix of people you trust and a mix of people you'll never see again. So it's like the comfortability is different
Yeah.
Okay. Versus the club.
versus the club. You know,
You gonna
like,
run into
I feel
somebody
more
again.
comfortable twerking on a yacht than in the club.
But why though? Why?
It goes on
Like I
Instagram.
just said,
It's intimate?
No, it doesn't. Right? I was just
intimate.
yelling at one of the girls for posting me like ridiculously.
I'm about to say,
like,
I saw you on the boat.
okay, but not.
I
like,
saw the close friends.
twerking. You saw me twerking. Whose Instagram? Wasn't mine.
No, I don't know.
It wasn't mine. Exactly.
There's
It
only
wasn't
one person
mine.
you could have seen it on.
It wasn't mine. Exactly.
But I know that tattoo anywhere.
I know. I know. It wasn't my gram. And I even told the girls, like, don't post my ass. Like, don't post my shit.
Y'all about to start confiscating phones before you get on the boats? Just so
We
you
have
can
a
let
group
loose?
chat. Send all the pictures
Now,
that
we
you
have a
guys
group
have.
chat. We're supposed to approve what gets, like, posted.
Yeah.
So, okay, you guys are organizing what goes public.
Yeah.
That's important. The same way these rappers have NDAs and stuff and take girls' phones when they chilling with them.
Okay, but let's say, damn. All right, well, let's say we go to a club. After the club, we leave. We go to a hotel or a penthouse, an Airbnb. I don't know, right?
With one person or multiple people.
Same group of people that were in the section. Let's say it was the same 15 people that were on the boat, the same amount of people that was in the club going back to the hotel or whatever.
Okay.
It's never the same vibe as a boat. Like a boat is still, you get what I'm trying
I'm
to say?
telling you, it's the sun. Y'all don't listen to me. Like
Or the water. Who knows?
You're never going in the water from the boat. Like
some people
That's
do.
some
I
people do.
don't. It's, unless we
Unless you're
we
like-
Let's
out
be
the
in
country,
Miami
like,
or something that's
let's be out the
different.
country, then I'll go in the water. But no, I don't do that. It's dirty.
jumping off the boat.
Some girls do though.
Jesus.
If the water was clear and not the way it is, I would jump in the water.
Out the country.
Yeah. Not in our dirty water.
So, you know the people that are on the boat.
Uh-huh.
So the girls that you bring,
Uh-huh.
do they know the people on the boat?
No.
Do they twerk?
Yes.
So there's no mix of
There's a mix because we're the girls. We know each other.
Yeah, but y'all know each other everywhere y'all go.
All right, but that's the comfortability.
We ran into some girls that we didn't know too.
Yeah, we recently, you know, like, because sometimes my partner will bring some people. You know, I allowed her to bring somebody one time. Sometimes I'll let them bring a friend or something, you know.
So what, did somebody just hit you up like, hey, Nash, I need girls for my yacht?
I'll be like, I got 10 ready. Actually, the last guy, he hit me up, and within a matter of 2 minutes, I'm like, I got 10 confirmed. He's like, damn, like that was mad quick.
The girls love the yachts.
They be
Alright.
ready for the yachts.
Are you gonna be honest? Are they fucking on the boats?
No, I don't allow it, Rico. What did I just say? I was just yelling at a girl. Yo, I'm not playing. Look at your face. I'm so serious. Now,
why?
now
Because
look, if they doing it without my knowledge, then that's different. But my girls know I don't play that shit, bro. Like,
The whole point of going on a yacht
it's to get
is to
fucked.
fuck
Is
on
that-
a
is
No,
yacht.
I hate him. That is not the whole purpose of going on yacht. Please
I
do not
never-
listen to this man. That is
No, I'm
bullshit.
saying if
That's
I
not
call, if
why
I call
I'm,
Naisha
like,
and
down
I say
low.
Naisha,
That's what you look for. But then you be specific. Be like, I'm looking for some prostitutes.
no, because
that is
I'm
gonna
not
give
trying.
me on the yacht.
I
They have
pay
to be
for the boat.
going.
I'm looking for 3 bitches that is gonna give me some on the yacht. You gotta be specific. And if somebody speaks to me like that, I'll be like, yo, wrong person. I can't help you. I can't supply that for you.
But AD just said that. She just told us. She was like, yo, you know, some girls it's on their bucket list.
All
Or
right,
for
but
girls,
that's because maybe she had that fantasy from when she first went on the.
She was.
I do, but I did it.
I mean, look, yachts is fun only when everything is being done.
What do you mean?
That's not true. I had a great time.
No, yeah,
One bedroom on the yacht, so it's like, what are you guys
Rico.
swapping turns? Like, all right, you go, you take the room next.
Sometimes there are bigger yachts with more than one bedroom,
That's okay.
right? But
Okay, remember she's
I'm learning.
new to
Yeah,
this. Okay, Rico.
I'm learning.
but yeah, you would take turns. Like, yo, bro, you going in there? All right, go ahead. Don't go too crazy.
That's
you know,
crazy.
I gotta go after you. Like,
Insane.
nobody's trying to be on boats with beautiful women and
Not do anything.
not do anything.
But that's not true, Rico. That's
A boat is
Some
a
men have self-control.
yeah. Let me
No.
Rico, no.
No,
Because
what do you
we're
mean?
females. We do it.
yeah. I'm not saying the women.
No, I understand, honey. I understand what you're saying. But females, us as females, we are around men that just deal with it. You have to just deal with it. You may not like it, but you have to just deal with it because it's a respect thing. There's even men that won't even attempt unless you throwing it at them, you know? And if you don't throw it, they're not going to bother you.
That's because we're scared.
Okay, but that exists. You admit that exists.
No,
So
but
there are
men that will put the girls on a yacht and they are not bothering us.
No, whoa. I never said that they were bothering or hassling for sex. That's not what I'm saying.
Some girls are going though.
That's again.
That's up to the girls. But they
I'm
are
saying-
going.
What I'm saying is that a boat is basically a telly on water. All right?
You think that's what it was specifically made for?
For men, that's how we look at it. A boat is a telly on water. So I ain't
It wasn't made for fishing.
Nah, hell no. We fishing.
You guys
We
are
fishing.
sharking.
I'm trying to reel something in. Right? But a boat is basically a telly on water. So if I invite 10 beautiful women or 11, right, I'm looking to have that telly moment on water. Especially if we got a full day, what's that, 8 hours, right? 6 to 8 hours. We've been drinking, there's food, you know what I'm saying? So we eat, we drinking, we're all in front of the sun. The sun brings it out in men too.
I hate you.
We trying to go back to the bedroom. So I'm not saying that they're gonna be I'm not saying they're gonna be creeps about it, but I'm just saying the ultimate goal is to have women on the yacht, drink on the yacht, and turn that yacht into a hotel.
I'm sure that's the ultimate goal, but is that goal ever reached?
He's like, I'm
yeah.
leaving with something. That's
yeah.
what yeah.
Yo,
I spent
Or
this
I'm
like
only
what?
gonna
How
be
much
on
is
this
it? Like
water.
5,000?
Like,
How
So
much
we
is it
know
for
Rico-
y'all?
going back
So
to
we
the
know
dock.
Rico invites us on the yacht already. We already
Yeah.
know he's on.
Ain't
somebody
going back
else.
to the dock till something gets dead. Right?
Crazy.
But what I'm saying is that like nobody wants to do that, especially with beautiful women. I mean, it's a cool show, but you know, we want to participate in this show too.
You're participating by being there.
Nah, I'm not a content guy. Like you're not gonna just get your content off of me. I'm not that type of guy. Like there's
But you see it, there's different type of guys, you know? So we don't go on the yachts with guys like you.
yes you do. Like,
We go on the yachts with other men that
you know how
are not
many
doing
years I
that.
spent on yachts? I spent a good.
Some of the guys on yachts have wives.
That's why you're okay. Now you're understanding. They're bringing you off of the land.
On
No, but
water.
On the water.
Right, that one guy, he was very respectful. He didn't
Yeah.
bother any of us. And he just kept on saying, oh, I got to be back at a certain time because of my wife.
Yeah, so he's like, yo.
His wife was calling him. His
Yeah,
wife's
his wife was
calling.
him.
Yes, so if we're fucking, can we do this now?
No. That's
While we're off land.
Yeah. So I gotta go back home.
But he didn't. That wasn't the vibe he was giving.
So you don't feel like a married man going on a yacht with 10 beautiful women is like borderline cheating?
I mean, yeah,
kind
I
of.
agree, yeah.
Do you feel like married men cheat because they're bored at home?
The married man. I'm not married, but I know about being bored at home, right?
He's like,
That's
I'm not
horrible.
even married yet. Horrible.
I mean, I don't think that like there's a bunch of different reasons why men cheat. Sometimes cheating is a sport. You know, that's the reality. But you know, everybody wants to experience life continuously. Sometimes
So why get
getting
married to one
stops
person?
experiences.
Doesn't have to though.
I mean, this is
You could have open. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
No, because like here's the thing: women want fairness when it comes to this open shenanigans. You feel me? And it's not happening for most men. Most men are gonna be like, "Yo, go ahead, go with Tom, Dick, and Harry," and I'm okay with it, especially if he's
Word.
providing and putting you on yachts. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? But
Dying.
but but if I'm not really, you know, caring and I'm not overly invested, then go ahead. I don't really care. That's how I would think most men think. But a married man on a yacht is there with intentions. And his wife is calling and he's not answering, right?
I don't remember. Did he pick up the phone?
I don't think
That means he didn't pick it up if you didn't see it.
No, I don't think. He did.
If you don't
I don't
see
think
him
he-
answering.
He was connected to the aux. It was like, oh, it says,
Yeah, I was connected
it says
to the
wife.
Plugged to the aux?
Yeah, wife he's calling.
He's like, my wife is calling.
Don't worry about it. Keep twerking. I'm going on my story. Nah. I definitely can see it, but a married man on a yacht, he just wants to have fun, and there's nothing wrong with it, as long as everybody.
There's
can
nothing
keep
wrong
the
with
secret.
what?
With the
A married man
on the
cheating?
yacht.
Or a married man on a yacht?
I just don't like when people are being naive to the situation.
I mean, like
He's
you said,
on the yacht.
there's a tension behind his action.
Yeah, whether or not
He's
you.
not really acting on it. He wasn't acting on it though.
Yeah, of course not, because he can't be the initiator when he's married. He has to be the oops, it just fell into my lap guy. You
She was
know?
on me.
Yeah, I made the mistake.
Now, what if it's a wife?
Next topic.
Yeah, did you see the picture? Did you see the picture of the couple that got caught in the Coldplay concert?
So me and Alan, we were.
I don't know
about
what you
this,
guys are talking about,
Yes,
by the
I
way.
saw
You
it.
haven't
So,
seen it?
I have no idea.
The old man and he's like holding the girl, and their face is like.
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
And he had to let go ASAP. It didn't matter. He was still caught.
He was ducking.
like
He was ducking.
Yeah. So, you know, I'd be into some other type of theories, but I just think it was great marketing and publicity, right? That's what I thought. But
You don't think
For
it's real?
who? For who?
I don't know, bro. I haven't really dug too deep into like who it's from, but I will say that
But that
nobody's
is-
that stupid. Like, here's the thing.
No,
I'm
people are
not going
stupid.
out with a side chick in public
Rico, people
with
are
a big
stupid.
ass audience. You understand how many people are in there?
Rico, people are stupid.
You know, like, listen, and take it from somebody who cheated before. When you cheat with intentions to be unseen. You're not going, like, even public dates, it's like scary.
But what if you're in a different state?
It don't matter. You're around 50,000 people.
Mm-mm.
Everybody's like, what do you mean? Mm-mm.
I feel like not everybody thinks like you, Rico.
You think they just want to get caught?
Some people just don't think like that. They're not thinking that far ahead. They're thinking in the moment. They're thinking with their dick. They're not even thinking like
No,
that.
they had history. They worked together. Yeah.
No, but I'm
So
saying,
maybe that's what it
No,
was.
what-
Were they married? Was
that,
he?
okay, that may be the case, but that's not how I mean it. I mean it like what you're saying is that you as a cheater, you think that far ahead that you won't even be out of state with somebody outside because you're afraid to get caught. You want to do it so no one can see you. But not everybody thinks like that. Not every cheater thinks like
But
that.
aren't you safer out in a different country though? Because you're in a different country, different state.
Well,
Like
okay, that's a
vacation?
different topic, yes. But what I'm saying with him, you're talking about somebody who has acquired millions.
Mhm.
He's not an idiot. He's not an idiot, you know?
Maybe she may give some good head and he's an idiot.
I
I'm
mean,
telling you, it exists. I've seen it.
I would definitely have called whoever put me on the big screen. It would have been in the whole, I'd have sued.
He said, who's the camera guy?
Because that's crazy. But I'm not doing that. That's like going to a Knicks game, like with your side chick. Knowing you're married, you're not doing that.
No, that actually does exist, and that happened recently to my boy.
Courtside?
He literally was just telling me this, that he got caught. The cameras caught him, and he was with a girl, and his girl saw. So that does happen. That does happen. I'm telling you, like
Only when you're willing.
happen.
So look,
if the girl is good enough and you're willing to take that risk.
see, okay, that's different.
But I just told you, I have experience. I've seen it.
That's because it's all right if you're willing to replace your wife or girl.
Not really.
Because I'm looking to I'm actually kind of looking for it out, but I'm not really leaving, right?
Horrible.
So then you will do that, and it's like, all right, I'll take that gamble. Because if she leaves, cool.
Then
I
you
still
have
got,
this.
I got one that I really, really do like because I'm in public with her.
Right.
But the way he was hugged up, that's history. That's a I love you hug. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen it, I was like, there's no way I want to believe he's that stupid. That's why I was like,
Maybe he really just didn't think that would happen. Like, that is a weird, like, the odds that this old couple is going to be put on the screen in a Coldplay concert is a little bit off.
She looked a little younger than him.
She was a little bit younger, but she's still an
definitely
older
mature.
woman. Like, you know, they're an older couple.
She's
married
to the CEO too? So they're both idiots. Like,
That's just...
well, I mean, she's still smart. She's still smart because if you're going to leave, you leave for someone of equal value. So she lost a CEO and got a CEO.
She sound like me. She sound like me, yo.
Yeah, I'm not rocking with it though. That was a foolish move, you know. One thing I learned
crazy.
early in my life is that no one is exempt from tragedy. I don't care who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what the situation is. You can be caught today. You can be hurt tomorrow. So when you want to live life on the edge, you got to expect the fall.
Word.
You know, so that's why I ain't doing what he did.
That's why Rico's been inside.
Yeah, you want True story. True story.
True story.
So I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing with a woman that when I was in a relationship, right?
Okay.
So we went out to dinner at this high-end restaurant. I'd never been there. She bamboozled me to go there too, by the way. And she's like, oh, this spot, I'd never been here. It's really good. I'm like, all right, cool. So when I got there, I looked at the menu. I was like, oh, shit, this is going to be an expensive day. Anyway, she's like, you got to get the Bronzino. You got to get the Bronzino. And she knows I like Bronzino. They come out with this Bronzino on fucking fire. This has a whole like presentation
Shebang.
with this to the wall, like the whole restaurant. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh my. I'm trying to duck because I'm seeing the flashes go off, right? Sure enough, that day got me caught.
Damn.
That Bronzino costed me more than that $500 dinner. and that's why, and I was never the type to go out when I'm sneaking around. I try to stay low key, but that one of those times that I did, and they came out with that Bronzino.
Took the risk.
I didn't take the risk.
You
I
took the risk,
got
but you
bamboozled. I got bamboozled. I was on Instagrams and I didn't even know it. Like, those are your dreads. I'm like, what?
Those are your
Wow.
You're right. That's your little 333. You can count, but you can't count this. Like, you know, it got real bad. It got real bad for me. But you know, I just don't think that if you're gonna cheat, you should be cheating in public. And he's a prime example of it, of what happens when you do.
I think I think it's a respect thing too. Like, you know, cheating in public is like you have no respect at all for your partner. Like, it's bad enough you're cheating, and then like you're cheating in public. It's like really like a slap to the face.
Like you're embarrassing her.
Yeah, like, you know, that's embarrassing. But I know it exists, and I have seen it. So
I think it's really embarrassing when you're somebody. When you're nobody, it's like only one or two people know. When you're somebody,
but I feel like
when you're
I be
somebody,
around
everybody
people who's
knows.
somebody. I'm not just around nobodies, Rico. Like,
No, I'm not. I'm saying like the guy, you know, there's guys that cheat and they stay low key because they don't want to be, you know, somebody, you know, so it gets I don't like being somebody sometimes either, but you know, I be trying to chill. Like, yo, aren't you on that show? I'm
trying
like,
to hide
what?
my face.
I be wearing hoodies, glasses, and all different types. I'm a master of disguise at this point. Like, I don't want to be seen at all.
I know your dreads.
I ain't gonna lie. So I had a crazy ass girl, right? She was good. She was good at catching me. I just stopped doing shit. Because I'm like, yeah, she's too good. So one day I had sunglasses on, right? And I posted a selfie. She zoomed. I learned this reflective trick. She zoomed all the way in.
Glasses.
Yeah, and saw the nails of a girl somewhere like in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Whose pink nails are those? I was like, oh, well, I don't know who the fuck that is. You just reaching. She was right. And she caught me a couple different times, reflective mirrors, reflectives on my glasses. And I was like, I'm about to just stop posting, because even when I do, you know, because when you cheat, you gotta be honest about some of your whereabouts.
Yeah.
You know, if you go somewhere, you gotta prove that you're there, especially if you have a habit. You know, like me, I have a habit. Whenever I go somewhere, I post, but I changed that habit. You don't see me post that you.
He said, I gotta
You're not gonna catch me.
Change that.
I gotta change this
I had to
habit.
change that shit. But you know, you start, because girls pay attention to routine. So the second
Honestly, I was in the same boat. I was like that too. I would always post, and I changed that habit for that reason too.
wait, what? Because you was low
Like
down, dirty shame.
people watching my shit and like trying to clock me.
Figure it out.
You know, so it's like, don't clock me. Now I'm not gonna post nothing.
Nah, I really don't believe you. You know, if you go out and you don't post anything, you cheating. You cheated on
Automatically.
me. Why don't you have anything on your story?
I post something about my zodiac sign.
Nah, you still cheating.
That's like
Be
her
little
morning
3
routine.
memes saying like you kind of active, but you really not showing what you're doing. You cheated. I want to be added to the close friends.
That's why you create a close friend.
That's what I was gonna say.
Nah,
Yeah,
I
it being
just
your close
said I
friend.
wanna be added to the close friends.
That's what I did. But even still, like, if people really want to know, right, they'll do their investigation through other people. Like, I've had men like that where, like, they're clicking on my friends page and they going through every single one of my friends to see who's with me, and they're watching their stories.
Nah, but girls have group of cheaters that they stick with, and they all know how to cheat well together.
Yo.
You ain't catching them like when
They're all girls. You're talking about they're all girls. They're all
Nigga,
cheaters.
Girls have a group
Yeah,
of
like-
cheaters.
They got a good
Or
pack.
cheater friends.
So it's like, damn, like all of them got just one meme on their story. I know these bitches are cheating. I know they cheating on me right now. And there's nothing you can do. That's why you gotta be cool enough to try to slither your way into the close friends, because one of them gonna make a mistake. One of them gonna make a mistake. I promise you.
Oh, hell no.
When they settled the $50 million for Shannon Sharp, didn't she dismiss it or something? Like she didn't take it. What do you mean?
Nah, that's always been a thing.
That ain't
though,
no
I
new
feel like.
hustle. Finessing pregnancies. How do you think I got a child? I'm just kidding.
Get this man offset.
Yeah. AD be trying to act like she don't be seeing anything, and she knows everything that's going on. But I told you guys, they got a pack. They got a code that they do not want to.
I know
I'm
this
curious.
guy. I known him for a while. We met just being outside. We've done a couple of businesses together, whatever. And I was working with him, right? And this guy never told me he had a wife, like never. So one night we had a dinner, and it was mentioned to me that
You
he had
mentioned
a no, he doesn't wear his ring.
When you say it was mentioned to you, who?
Somebody else told me.
Okay.
I was like, wow, I never knew that. Like that was crazy.
Did you
I've
love
known.
him?
Did I what?
Did you love him?
No,
Okay.
no, I don't love him. I mean, maybe like as a friend, like maybe love
Wait,
for
I
him.
know who you're talking about. I'm like, wait, hold up. This story sounds like
She's a little
this
familiar.
sounds
So-
real familiar.
So
Uh-huh.
we had a dinner. It was drinks flowing. We ate. We had a good time. We go to the strip club after. We have a good time, and I was like on my way home, and then I was getting invited with the coworker, and he was like the guy who's married, who I found out before, and he was like, "Oh, like I'll take you home." I was like, "Okay." Mind you, I'm a little saucy. I'm drunk, so I'm like, I go. And then we're not really going in the direction to my house. Like we are, but like it's like we're not like, what's up with you? We stop at a store. He's like, you want water? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take water, but he wanted to
Sober up a little bit. I need a consensual yes.
So we stopped at a gas station. We got water, and then we ended up somewhere that wasn't my house, and we ended up, sleeping together.
What?
And then
Wait.
What? Well, I didn't even know this. This is new news to me.
No, it's not.
I didn't know that you went all the way.
Yeah, they're
I
all
told you I did.
When did you tell me? Was I drunk?
Yes.
When you told me?
Can we continue the
must
story,
have-
please?
Go ahead, yeah.
So whatever. I guess
Continue.
after you finish doing what you're doing, you're like you have post clarity.
Damn, post nut clarity.
Yeah. And
That's all the
I'm like, this nigga has a wife. I'm like, you have a wife?
Wait,
He's
so
like,
you said
who
that
told
to
you
him
this?
after you had sex?
Yes,
You
I
can't
did.
do that.
Wait, why not?
You can't do that.
Why
Cross the
not?
bridge, just lay down. But go ahead. You stressed him out after a good sex. It's
He's like,
terrible.
he's like, who told you this? He was so mad. Who told you this? I try to like cover it up. It's fake obvious who's homie, but it was
His
like
homie told on him?
no.
Oh, okay.
None of the guys. But yeah, I'm wrong for that. I'm wrong for accusing him like
But
after.
people know that he has.
Yeah, like if you going, like my thing is if you going to sleep with him, you got
Those weren't my intentions.
but you got some water, so you know it was a consensual yes.
Like I analyzed the whole
Nah,
situation
you
the next
analyzed
day.
it before you went out with him, and then as you got drunk, you're like, you know what? It's fine. I really like the guy, anyways. If he gonna give it to me, why? Should
I don't
not?
feel like I feel like there's like before there was a lot of like sexual attention. We did do something before that when I was completely like it wasn't sex, but we had a little something. And I'm like, wow, I did not know. Like this guy would bring me flowers to my job. Like I'm like, and that's what I mentioned after. I'm like, yo, you brought me flowers to my job multiple times, and you have a wife. He doesn't wear his ring at all.
Never.
I'm like, this is crazy.
Only like certain people know about his wife.
But my thing is, so what's your question? Were you wrong?
I'm wrong.
She's
Well,
like,
yeah,
I'm wrong.
you're wrong for two things, but primarily one, bringing it up.
What? I'm supposed to stay quiet and not say nothing.
You knew about it and made that decision, so that's why I'm like, you're wrong.
Well,
I
I
guess
wasn't.
She wanted him
I was.
to know that she knows.
But you don't need to. You don't
she
need
wanted to be like, yeah, I fucked you, and I know
If
you got
you-
a wife.
which is terrible.
And
That's what I'm saying.
On
Like,
my
that's why-
defense, I was drinking. I wasn't all the way here.
No, the next morning you weren't all the way here. You should have been like, I already did
I
it.
think I was all the way there once we stopped, and I was like, "Nigga, you got a wife?"
The post nut.
But you,
Yeah,
but
and
what
I'm
were
like-
you? What were you really mad at?
I don't know.
That's why
Him
you're
not
wrong.
telling me.
I'm trying to tell you, you wasn't mad that he.
I
had
was
it.
like, I known you all this time, and you didn't tell me nothing. Of course, he's not
So-
gonna tell me because he has intentions as well. You know.
of course. So you're not
I
mad
think
that he
guys
has
need
a
to be
wife.
honest.
And then again, yeah. Be honest. Like, let me decide.
Yeah.
You did.
I know, but he
No,
didn't
but he
know.
wasn't
You're
being
right.
honest.
But I think that's why I got her mad because she already was okay with it, but he wasn't honest. with
Whoa,
her.
wait, time out. How the
Let's
fuck
just be
out?
honest.
No.
Let's be
You
honest.
technically was okay with it because you did it.
Okay,
We're
but
gonna
I'm
blame it
not
on the
though.
booze. We're not
We're
going
not
to
blame it on that. We're not gonna blame it on the alcohol.
No.
No, because you
I'm not
said-
okay with
You
it,
said
though.
you did side with him before too.
Yeah, but I didn't know that he was.
That
I
was
thought
the first time that she didn't know.
that I didn't know. I had no
This time
idea.
you knew.
You knew.
You went out and you
And
went
you
out.
got water.
You went out. You
Yeah.
went out, and then out again. And you knew you wasn't going in the direction of your house.
Exactly.
And you didn't reroute. So that's why
I
my
don't
thing
know.
is
I just want to be like what kind of person? I was like, what kind of person do you think I am? Like, I played that
I
card.
feel like that's more so a reflective question.
What do you mean?
What kind of person do you think you are? Because you
I was
questioning
like,
if you
you're
wrong.
making me laugh too much. Okay, it's not. I'm like, no, that's so messed up. Like, you have somebody to go home to. Because he tried again after that. After that, he tried again. No, I was like, no, I'm done.
I mean, you were just feeling like guilty in that moment. Like
I
you were
did.
self-reflecting. That's like what Rico just said. Like that's more like a you question. You were self-reflecting what you
Yeah, I
just
was
did.
like, wow,
You're like, damn,
this is
I
crazy.
fucked up. I don't want to do this ever again. Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Why do you feel guilty though?
Because
Why do I
he's
feel-
a married
he's married.
I didn't ask you, Naisha.
bro.
Because
Why-
he's
I'm
married.
teaching
No.
her.
Okay.
This is the
Yeah,
coachable
teach her in
moment.
a moment. That doesn't work that way. But what makes you actually feel guilty?
Because he is married.
But what? So what? What does that mean? Like, why does that
What do you
make you
mean?
feel guilty?
Somebody like he put a ring. He got on his knees and was like, "Will you marry me?" You know, like
Yeah. So, what happens if him and his wife have an understanding that you don't know about?
Why lie? Why not tell me? Why not wear your ring?
Maybe she's okay with all of it. I'm not saying that she is, but what I'm saying is ultimately what was bringing guilt? The fact of societal pressures, or was it because if your friend didn't know and only you know, would you still have felt guilty? Because
What do you mean? What do you mean if she didn't know?
so you were told that he has a wife,
Yeah.
and I'm going to assume that a lot of people don't know that you guys went all the way. Naisha didn't. Well, she didn't recall.
No.
I didn't recall.
Right. But you are not going to tell people who are in your close circle because you know that they know that he has a wife.
First of all, I don't want anybody to know what I did.
She's
Like,
like,
let's
no,
just
we gonna
start.
bury
Let's
it.
just there. Okay. And of course, like I don't want it to get out and something happens and oh my god, divorce next. You know.
So
Like,
you're more worried about the divorce.
I don't really. I mean,
You don't care. Go ahead, say it. Be honest, AD.
I don't really like. It's just damn. I don't want that for you. You know, care about him as a person. I don't want you to mess that up. But you know what? That's his fault.
No, it's your fault
How?
Not what?
How is it my fault?
Rico.
because
Don't start that shit, bro.
well, you knew,
Rico's
right?
Are you about to start attacking me right now?
Yeah, he be saying it's the
no.
girl's fault for bothering men in relationships.
I'm not saying he doesn't play a part in it, right? I'm not saying he's 100%, not involved, but there's a responsibility that has to be
Wait, time out. Was this a tea I was looking for when you asked me what's going on in my world? Okay, great.
Great, great. Good job.
Like I did it.
I just think that there's a responsibility that has to be accepted.
I take accountability. I knew.
That's all we ask for. So then don't bring it up next time.
So don't say anything.
If you know,
I wanted him to be aware that I knew. Though.
Remember we just had an earlier conversation about you and your mom and how you're like, I learned to just be silent.
Do the same thing.
and just not talk.
Well, it's
to
too
him.
late because now.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying because
No, it's
it'll
too late.
it'll happen again.
Nah,
Like,
it
No,
don't
it's
happen.
not. No, it's not.
Rico. He said it'll happen.
We will never know, right?
It'll happen again.
We will never know, but it's all right. I mean, if you're
And
gonna
then
do it,
like it's like I'm choosing to be a mistress, or like
a side
a
bitch.
side piece. What's the difference?
there's a big
There
difference.
is a difference.
Mistress is like if they're married. Side bitch is if they're not married. Like what's the difference? No,
No.
Yeah, mistress, like
what is it?
they can be the same potentially, but mistress is usually some ongoing. It's more so like you're touching on, like for me,
Living a double life.
It's more like like relationship. It's more like a relationship than
yeah, like for me, like there's a difference between an affair and cheating.
Mhm.
And mistress falls into the affair category.
Mm.
Side chicks, one night stands, that falls into the cheating category. When there start to be feelings and love and stuff like that exchanged, which you actually know, she's right. She was going into the mistress because she was getting flowers at her job. You were falling for him.
No, he
Nah.
definitely be around us a lot.
Oh, and he's actively around you.
No,
It would 100% happen again.
he is. He's actively
fine.
outside.
This is the place where we tell the truth.
No judgment, son.
So Nash,
I don't be outside with him.
I mean, but you see him outside. He do be outside.
I can't remember the last time I saw him outside was at dinner.
Nash gonna bring him. Don't
Any
worry.
other time is work purposes.
Nash gonna be like, AD, we got a yacht. Let's go. And he gonna be sitting
gonna
right
be
there,
there.
like, hey.
Without a ring.
Without a ring. My wife is calling me on the aux. Hold on.
Disconnect from the ox.
He's stupid.
Nash, what's happening with you? What's going on? Tell me what's going on out there in the world of Naisha.
I mean, well, obviously, like you said, I've been enjoying my summer, right?
Your son, Mer.
My summer,
Son, Mer.
my son, Mer.
Yeah. On the boats in the
Yeah,
sun.
the sun. I feel like I'm enjoying being single, but like, what was that meme? I saw this meme that like hit so hard. It was like, I only care about that single shit only hit at nighttime. During the day, I don't give a fuck. Cause it's true. It's like I'm enjoying myself being single. But of course, like at nighttime, I'll be like, damn, like the cuddles, like, being able to sleep with somebody, being loved on, like all that. obviously, like I could just get Tom down the street, but it's different,
Yeah.
So part of me is like, should I stay single a little bit more? I'm like, man, I want to finish the summer and then like,
And then figure it out.
then figure it
Figure it
out.
out in the winter.
But I told myself no more DJs. We're not doing those
good
no
start.
more.
Would you say like no more industry people?
I wouldn't say that.
Just DJs.
I wouldn't say that. Okay, but here's what I will say. I will say that because I feel like I've had a piece of industry and a piece of non-industry, I definitely see the pros and cons from both sides. And I think that like it is a little bit more peaceful to be with somebody that's not in the industry. But at the same time, like it's beneficial for me to be with somebody in the industry because like we understand each other better because of the work environment. So it is like I'm like this with it. I don't know what I'm gonna do, who I'm gonna do.
Oh,
But
spicy.
but yeah.
So I saw something and I want your perspective.
Okay.
Right now, there are more women having children at the age of 40 or older than ever before.
Yeah. I feel like I could understand that. I feel like even right now, look, I just said I might, hop into something, and I think that if I did, I would be open to having a kid.
You're not 40.
I know, but shit, I'm almost there.
No.
Rico, I'm not gonna have a kid in 1 year. I'm gonna have to be with the person at least 2 years, 3 years, then get pregnant. So it is. I feel like that's accurate. It makes sense.
AD, would you have a kid post 40?
I don't know if God wants me to.
Okay. Would you want to?
No. I don't want my like kids to look at me like I'm
Like you're old.
Yeah. I've always had
It's gonna
like
happen regardless.
a lot of like in my family, a lot of my aunts are like younger. They're in their 30s, early 30s. My mom's like just now hitting like her early 40s. So like
Wait, your mom is in her early 40s?
Yeah.
I told you she's a little bit older than me. And she still got it. I told you that.
yeah, she had me at 18. I'm 23. We were at the club the other day and I saw a guy and I'm like,
your
you look
mom,
familiar. He's not listening. Whenever you're
So for men, that 32, 33 age mark is a sweet spot. You could get the mom
And the
or
daughter.
the daughter.
It's true.
It's great.
my mom actually likes younger dudes, which is disgusting to me.
Wait, what's younger? Like 28 or
Ugh,
35?
I can't.
Like in their 30s.
That's fair. I can see it.
I recently went on a date with a 28-year-old. When I tell you, I was like, what the fuck am I doing here?
I'm doing
Because-
anything.
Did he
And
ask
mind
you
you-
what you bring to the table?
And mind you, he's very mature. And he was all over
Text.
me.
Which there's chat
No,
GBT.
even in person. No, even in person.
All right.
And he's very established, for a 28-year-old. I was actually very impressed by him. That's why I even went out with him. But I couldn't just get past the thought that he is 10 years older than my daughter. I couldn't get past the
Yeah,
thought. It
yeah.
kind of stuck with me, and I'm like, I can't. Like, and he was just like, age is nothing. Like, and I'm like, no.
As soon as you say that, you already know age is something. Like, if you start bringing up age about it not being a factor, that's how you know that you're too young or too old.
Yeah.
It's one of the two.
Like, no.
But, so you just stop talking to
Yeah,
him?
he still hits me up, and he still always be like, oh, like, give me time again, whatever. I'd be like,
So that was it. It was just because he's 10 years older than your daughter, 10
Yeah.
years younger than you.
yeah, I couldn't. I always said that I would never date younger than me. But now I'm starting to look at younger men because a lot of younger men be on me, like a lot. And as long as they're established or in a certain space, then I don't mind, entertaining a little bit to see. But no, that one I was just like, I can't.
So going back to like what I was bringing up about right now, there are more women having children over the age of 40. I think first and foremost, having a couple, I don't know how you even have that energy. I would never sign up to be a new parent at 42, 43, 45.
Yeah.
Because that waking up every 2, 3 hours, 4 hours for a year is not for the weak. And I don't have energy as it is now, right? So I don't know, but I do see, and so in that study, I didn't see like the age. I didn't see the dynamic with the relationship. So I didn't see the age of the man. I didn't see if they were married. I didn't see if they were together. But what I did see is I'm like, that's so upsetting that for the first time in life, you're seeing people opt out of having a family at first. That's what I've noticed in my own personal perspective.
You really think that's upsetting?
It's upsetting because right now the family dynamic is in shambles in terms of being a desirable thing that actually people are working towards.
But that's probably why people are less likely to want to start a family right away. It is that stigma that you just said that is causing people to be that way. I know because I've had conversations with people, and you're right, 1,000%. People aren't leaning towards marriage and creating a family right away. They're not. But I'm not mad at it because I feel like it gives people a chance to learn themselves and like experience. And when they're ready, then you make a unit. Because if you make a unit too quick, that's when shit starts happening.
And I do agree with that. And I'm not saying be an adolescent or be, I'm not saying be 20, right? And have a kid and a family, especially in 2025.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is 40 is literally double the age of what I just gave you. And I feel like at that point, there's never going to be a point in time where, one, you're ready for a child.
1,000%.
Two, you're going to understand who you are.
People definitely do try, though.
Yeah, you can try, but the second you have that baby, whoever you thought you were,
change,
you're
exactly.
not. It's done. You know what I'm saying? And some people get more mature. Some people get more lackadaisical.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be different. And you never know how that child is going to affect you. So I just think that what's happening right now is that we are in, like, that was for me to put the stamp. We are in a selfish era. We don't care about family. We don't care about building. We don't even care. We don't care about any of the well-being for our generation. We don't care about being ancestors, if that sounds crazy. But that's really what it is, right? We don't care about being that person who our family could be proud of. We care about living our life. We care about, 20 to 35, let's just say that range of just experiencing life for all that we can.
Yeah.
And the problem is you're actually robbing, I personally believe like you're robbing your child when you're an old parent. Because like the fact that I could go out and I can coach, my kids and run around with them and be like, understand, even though it's like, I don't use their terminology, but I can understand it. I find it funny and humorous. There's a different type of relationship that we have. I have a couple friends who have fathers who are 70 and they're like 32, 33. The father's 70 years old. He's out of, like, he has no idea what's going on. Zero. He's out of touch with life, right? Like he's already planning his exit, right? And you are kind of just starting becoming a man. You know what I mean? And I feel like you're robbing that child of that experience of actually having a parent as an adult. And I think that's crazy to me.
I feel like the perfect age, because I had my first daughter when I was 16 and my second daughter when I was 22. So I feel like the perfect age is in your 30s. Like, I think that is the perfect.
But what, 32 or 39? There's a big difference.
Not 39, obviously. Somewhere in the middle. I think somewhere in the middle is a perfect age, in my opinion, from my own experience and from watching other people's experience as well. I do not think, although I feel like you're right, it is like a selfish error. I don't think it's that bad of a thing. That's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of people are also traumatized. Like people are scared. People are a mess, outside. It's rough out there.
I feel like people are more traumatized at 40 than they are at 20.
Yeah, you're right. But guess what? A lot of those people at that age have already done some type of work on themselves. Either they gone to therapy, they did shadow work, they read books. Like 40, those people are already starting to understand their traumas.
Well, or maybe they're starting to understand the consequences of their actions.
That too.
Right? I think I don't want to tie them both together because I feel like there's trauma that you were just in an unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
And then there's traumas where you placed yourself through bad decision making.
1,000%.
Right? So when you're 28 and 29 and you decide to, go on a yacht, she stuck her tongue out. Let's make sure we get a close up on that. And you want to go on the yacht, and let's just say, this is no offense, no shade. You sleep with, let's say, 5 married men, and now for the next 10 years,
Right.
for the
We're
next
gonna be
10
known
years, you
as
think
the
all married men are cheaters,
mistress.
right? You traumatized yourself.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a trauma that you
Correct.
dealt.
But that exists, and there's a lot of people walking around with that trauma.
But that exists because there was no desire to start and actually be intentional on having a family.
Yeah.
So when you experience people too much, you will be tainted.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter about,
Definitely.
yeah, you know what I'm saying, how long you take or you know, it doesn't matter about how careful you try to be. The longer you are out in the wilderness, the colder you will be.
No, it's true.
Right.
It's true. You know, and I definitely don't recommend somebody having babies super old, right? Because it does rob your child to some extent. You know, I experienced that with my ex. You know, my ex is more on the older side. He's in his 40s, doesn't have no kids. And we discussed that, you know, and I explained to him just like that. That was my exact explanation. Like, think about it. If you have a son, like, and he's at this age where now he's playing football, you're going to throw that football, your back is going to hurt. You're going to be like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even going to be able to run with your son. You're going to be able to do anything with him because you're more on the older side. But some people carry those fears. Like, they want to be mentally ready, physically ready, financially ready. But like you said, you're never ready.
Even
You're
like
never ready.
and financially ready, and I do understand that because there is definitely a line where you can get to and you'd be like, yeah, I'm financially ready. But for me, like, I didn't kick into overdrive until I really had my daughter. Like, that was what made me kick into
Of course.
like you get a
Now
different
you
boost.
have a whole human that you're responsible for.
Yeah,
Like,
I
legit.
actually saw
like,
her.
you are responsible for everything that they eat, everything that they wear, everything about them.
You know, I think like for me, it wasn't real until it was real. Like she was pregnant the whole time, obviously.
And it wasn't real.
But I'm like, all right. But the second, like, I got the video, like the second, like she came out and she's looking at the lights and she like looked at me, but I don't think the babies can really see, right?
A little blurry.
Yeah, it's all blurry. Like, so then she looked at me and I was like, if I don't feed you, you die. I said, take the baby, I'll be right back. Right? And I swear, like that week, I just started knocking out deal after deal after deal after deal after deal. And I was going crazy. And that, you know, and that's for me was the point where I probably got the most stable, right? Because I had money, but I was frivolous and stupid, you know? I was talking to my friend about this, and I'm like, yo, it's crazy because you can make $25,000 a week and still live check to check because you just blowing shit.
Facts.
Because you blowing it. And you having fun. 10,000 at the club. I don't care. I'm getting it back next week. Till that next week stop. Now you think about everything you just spent. Right? You think about all the bottles you want back. You think about all the girls that kind of owe you money or pussy. Either or. Right? Like,
Not money or pussy.
you know what I'm saying? But like, I think that, and I was just talking to my friend about this. So we have some big business in play. And he was saying to me, he was like, yo, I need therapy before this check clears. And I was like, why? It's like, because I know I'm going to do some wild shit with it. He said there's a part of him that was just, he said, feels like was in jail doing push-ups. Can't wait to come out. He's like
he's spending his money in his head already.
Yeah, like he's living it already, which is cool, right? Part of manifesting. But that person is detrimental, you know, and that person is there. And he was saying, it's like, I brought that up because he was saying, you're lucky you have a family because it's going to keep you grounded, you know, like, because you, no matter what, you're going to float, but you're going to always have a reminder. He said for him, he's just be lost at bay, right? So I'm like, yeah, bro, I get it. But I say all that to say being financially ready, you don't really know.
You're right.
You know, and you don't know until you have your kid because
I agree. Look, I had my daughter at 16. You think I was financially ready for a baby at 16? Like,
talk about it.
I have my struggle days, like real struggle days.
I know, Miss
eating rice and
Kearney.
eggs. Like,
Miss Kearney.
you feel me? So it's, you know, if God gives you a baby, like, you just gotta make it work. Unfortunately, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I got a question, right, for you.
I'm like, what's this question?
You ready? So given what you said today, right? and I'm just gonna put two pieces together.
Mm-hmm.
You had a situation where you had to do 3 months
Mm-hmm.
in a jail for
Mm-hmm.
whatever the crime was.
Correct.
I'm going to assume, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that came because you also needed to make some money, right? Financial stability. You try to either keep it or gain it,
Yeah.
right? Now, with that being said, do you feel like the struggle is also a gift? Everybody, like, we always look at it as a curse.
Well, but that goes back to what I said earlier. Like all the gems that we get come through survival. So yes, I do feel like struggle is a gift and a curse. I feel like I think about some of the stuff that I have been through and how much it has shaped me and my skills in surviving and manipulating and mastering and getting whatever the fuck I want because I've had to move in situations that were like really like you got to get through this,
Yeah.
and that I wouldn't have these skills if it wasn't for that. I look at my daughters too. My daughters, because I try to make it so that they don't experience any of the stuff that I experienced when I was younger. But I see now as they get older how it's shaping them. And, like my 18-year-old, right, who is just starting to go outside, she is so like closed and so like doesn't know how to do anything because I protected her like all her life. I gave her everything. But me, I was outside at 10 years old, like figuring it out, like how I'm gonna get here, what I'm gonna do, trying to get money, like figuring it out. So it does shape a different character. So it kind of sucks. It kind of like it sucks that it's like that, but
So when you were, I'm thinking about this because I had a moment the other day, and similar to what you were saying, and I was thinking about like all the things I did just to be stable financially, and then I started thinking about my kids and the situation and whatnot, and then I thought to myself, I'm over here trying to provide them a life of ease,
yeah.
right?
But if it fucks with you in the end, it does.
And here's where it really started to mess with me. I'm trying to provide my kids a life of ease, knowing that I don't understand what an easy life is.
Yeah.
Right? So, and I was like, am I like, because sometimes I catch myself trying to push them into the same, I guess, like mindset as me, but I have to like retract back.
Because they're not gonna have the same mindset because they're not going through the stuff you went through.
Yeah, and I don't have the same mindset to understand them.
Yeah.
So it's literally like I'm learning through them what I guess an easy life would be.
Yeah.
Or
What it
a
would
life
look
of
like.
ease is,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's really like daunting. Or like a life of ease. Whatever.
I feel like a life of ease is like what I just explained with my daughter, right? Like she's 18 and I take her everywhere. Like she don't gotta use public transportation. Like I pay for everything for her. She does work and she has her little money that she gets to spend, but I don't make her pay for bills. I don't make her do any of that.
But yeah,
But
she's
when I
older.
was younger, I had to figure out how to move around. If I wanted to go somewhere, my mom wasn't taking me. My mom wasn't giving me money. I was outside asking people for money so I could take the bus and figure out how to get places. So there's a different struggle behind it. I feel like naturally, and I'm sure you're in the same boat, naturally us as parents, we think about what we didn't have and we make sure our kids have it.
Yeah, and it's weird because like for me, when I say like a life of ease, like my daughter doesn't deal with rodents and insects in the house. You know what I'm saying? The building I live in is $100 million building.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I was not in $100 million. I don't even think I was a one. And the environment that I was in was dangerous, right? She's not in a dangerous environment. She's in a heavily surveillance environment. So I started looking at all the things that I went through and the hardships, right? And obviously she's gonna have her own struggles because everybody
As some type
has
of
a struggle, right? But she's not gonna know what it's like to really know what the bottom is.
Yeah.
Like, my girl, she'd be like this, right? my girl was like, she holds on to this moment in her life. I don't know when it happened, where like her lights got cut off, and I think it was like for a month. And I'm like, she's like, my lights got cut off, and we didn't have lights for like a month. And I'm like, okay. I just used to shake my sneakers out and watch the roaches come out because I was sleeping on the floor before I went to school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the hardship level is so much different, but the problem is it shaped me to be something like you said, like it shaped me in a certain type of way where I feel like I use those moments as iron sharpens iron, right? The hardest parts of life sharpen the hardest person.
True.
And for her and him, they have nothing like that life. So they're completely different people.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to understand them, but I can't. But you know what really made me realize it? When I'm around the other kids who are going through similar hardships as I did at their age, you know, because I coach.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, damn, I understand it. You know what I'm saying? I understand how they think. And you know what the craziest thing is? They got the most swag. They're the coolest person. They also weren't like exterior-wise the happiest. And it's like, damn, you know, I just don't get it. So it's like, it's weird. So I feel like the struggle is a gift and a curse because it does have its pros and it does have its cons. But when I try to eliminate the struggle, the more I try to eliminate the struggle from my children, the more I realize I'm raising something I never understood.
Yeah. And it can also bite you in the ass, like I said. Like, you know, the kids end up being spoiled. They have different characters. They don't know how to work for things, you know. It's different.
How old's your daughter?
18 and 12.
She's 18. Damn.
Yeah.
What is that like? I don't have an 18-year-old girl yet.
I mean, it's like having a little grown person, you know, like.
No. Like, what is it really like? Like, I remember my sister at 18 and my mom like, yo, she's about to kill her. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I was still like.
No. I feel like, honestly, I'm blessed. My 18-year-old is not that bad. My 12-year-old is worse.
Yeah? Wait, why?
My 12-year-old is the one that I'm like, oh, I want to kill this girl. My 18-year-old, she's very obedient. So she like cares about what I think, cares about how I feel. So she has not done anything crazy, like anything at all. If anything, she, like I said, she's so close. She's so sensitive. So that's the only thing that sucks. That backfires on me with her because, you know, she says like, she'll one time she yelled at me and says, I have no emotions.
You?
She said, I have no emotions.
Of all
She
people?
said that I go through things and I just brush it off like nothing. And I'm like, that's a skill. That is a skill. You better learn that skill because you go far in life with that skill, okay?
Yep.
But her, she feels everything, you know? So even her having like a little heartbreak with, you know, with some boy, whatever, she's crying so much. And I'm just like, you know, like, and she's just like, no, like, so yeah, it's different. It's different characters for sure. And I feel like the struggle made me this way. Like the struggle, the survival, like it has me very strong, you know?
You got a calloused heart. A calloused heart.
Like, you'll find a new one. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, there's boys
more.
everywhere. Like,
Yo, I'll be asking, I asked my son, I said, yo, you know what a simp is?
one of your players?
No, my son, I asked him, he's 11. So I asked him like, yo, do you know what a simp is? He's like, yeah.
no,
Like-
TikTok teaches them everything.
Right? So
Yeah.
like the crazy thing is,
Nah, yo, on some real shit, TikTok teaches them mad.
I didn't know that
shit.
these kids, well,
They know stuff that
They
we
know
don't even
too
know.
much.
Like,
yo, my
I'm
daughter
telling you.
did something and I had to like breathe. And I was like, don't do it again. Calmly. But she told me, clock it. She's 4.
Yep.
She said, clock it, Dad. I said, I'm not clocking anything. Right?
Exactly.
I'm not clocking anything.
TikTok will do it for you.
And but yeah, so so I asked him, do you know what a simp is, right? And he's like, yeah. I was like, all right, tell me what a simp is. Like, what is it? What do you think it is? He was like, stop.
What he say?
He was like, someone who don't love himself. And I said, okay, like, all right.
That's a great
'Cause I started thinking about it. I'm like,
That's
That's
true.
actually a very mature
Yes.
response.
Yeah.
yeah, but like,
He ate with that one.
yeah, but You know, because I don't see, the thing is, I try not to talk my own personality in front of
Into
them.
him.
Yeah, because I want them to be their own person.
Yeah.
And they sure enough are, because around me they're just like good kids. But then I see them with other kids, I'm like, you bad as shit. You know what I'm saying? But I realized that like they do be having their own little therapy sessions. And so what I started to do is I started to pay attention on the game. So that's when they can really find out who your kid really is.
Yeah.
When they playing games with their friends. So he be calling people simps and zesty and a whole bunch of shit. But he doesn't curse. I don't know if that's
A lot of kids.
right.
Do you ever like go through his phone?
It's like a non-curse curse.
Do you ever like go through his phone and like
All the
look at-
time.
Yeah.
Go through his phone. Listen. So I go through his phone. I have his
hated it when
password.
my
I
mom used to
created
do
his password.
She's
He's
doing all the
tracked.
time.
I go through my daughter's phones all the time.
But
My
I
little
don't
one
say
don't got her
anything, though.
phone right now. She's punished.
Which one? The 12?
My 12-year-old. I told you, my 12-year-old is the one.
That's gonna be
She's
my
the one
daughter.
that's gonna try me for sure.
You look at me like she's about to try you.
No, cause she I see more of myself in her than anything. You
Yeah.
know, like she's more of a risk taker. You know, she's curious.
She's about to run you for your money. Were you curious with your mom? Like, were you the risk taker? Were you what Naisha's describing?
I wouldn't say I was like a risk taker. I was more so like in my younger time. So like I said, my mom, she had me at 18. I was more so looking for like a relationship with her. Like she'd be out in the club, come home 6 o'clock in the morning. I'd always want my mom. I was always like with my family. I was a good girl.
What is the craziest thing your parents found in your phone under the age of 18?
Oh my God. Okay, so I sent a picture
No.
to a boy,
What kind of picture?
like a butt picture. I mean, I had pants
But
on.
picture.
Wait, how old are you?
I had to have been like 15, 16.
All right. It
And
was
she
one of
used to
these.
go
It was
through
one
my-
of these.
Yeah, like I was sitting on a chair. It was like this. And at the time, she was pregnant with one of my brothers. And she went through my phone and she saw my phone and I ran out the house. And she chased me out of the house with no shoes. I didn't have shoes on. I was barefoot. I ran around the house. And I wasn't around the area, but I hid. Like she was driving looking for me. And I was like ducking.
She would
And I was like, and
my beat your ass.
my aunts were looking for me too, and I was like ducking, like. And mind you, my mom's pregnant. She's like 7 months pregnant at this point,
Yeah.
chasing me, looking for
Crazy.
me, and I just
How
You
old
about
were
to
you?
fall out.
I was like 15, 16.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, like was ducking. I was like, I remember I was like by the church. I was like, God help me,
You
please.
started praying.
Think about the church. God, please come here.
She's about to beat my ass. Yeah. And then they called the cops. So when I saw cops, they were like, oh,
You got scared.
yeah, and I revealed myself.
I revealed myself. I'm here. Don't shoot.
Yeah.
Naisha, what's the craziest thing your mom's seen or your
Honestly,
parents?
my mom didn't go through my phone when I was younger. You know, and I think it's just, I don't know. She was always busy too. She didn't really go through my phone. I do have like this one memory though of me being like 10, and I used to write in my diary. And I had wrote in my diary that this little boy in my class like touched me, like he touched me, my butt and like, you know, my front area. And I wrote in the diary like, oh, he touched me. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I like it. Like I remember writing that. And I remember
I don't know if I like it.
I
It's
remember
crazy.
ripping the page out because I was 10. So I remember ripping the page out and I ripped it into pieces, right?
Oh,
She
And
put
I
it together?
She put it together. I put it in a bag.
You didn't rip it in enough small pieces then, because that's crazy.
I was, first of all, I'm like 10 years old. I'm like, yeah, let me try to hide this, whatever. And I put it in a bag, and I remember just like putting the bag like on the floor. And I went about my day, whatever, and it was nighttime, and I was going to sleep. And then when I woke up in the morning the next day, she was sitting there next to my bed on the floor, putting all the pieces together,
with the tape. Yo.
reading everything. And I remember I got punished. That I have that memory. That's the only memory I have of like my mom.
Your mom is good. Yo,
Finding
she got
something.
patience. That's scary. That is scary. I mean,
But
look,
why were you punished? Like, it's not your fault unless you allowed it.
I guess she didn't tell. She didn't speak up about it.
Didn't tell, or because I was trying to hide it, maybe.
I mean, abuse is very high right now, especially so like I had to take this coaching training course, and one of the courses for this year they added a new one, which was abuse and different forms of abuse on kids and how to notice it and recognize it if it's happening, like in practice, on the field or off the field, right? And it's crazy because I mean we're seeing it right now. I don't know if it's a movement, but we're seeing it right now that all these different people are coming out years, decades later about abuse. But for me, my thing is if you do experience abuse, you should be speaking, you should be actively speaking about it, right? You shouldn't be waiting 10 years, 5 years.
I mean,
22 years.
I agree, right? But coming from somebody who has experienced abuse, it's not always easy to talk about it right away. So like I feel like yes, I'm if there's anybody out there that's like utilizing this to their advantage and they haven't been abused, shame on you, because there are like real victims out there that are traumatized for life. So I don't condone in that. But if it is a true statement and it just took you 10, 15 years, even 20 years to come out with it, that's what's up. It's some people never come out with it. Some people hold it in for life. That is a traumatic thing, Rico.
Why do you think that is?
What do you mean? Because this is a traumatic thing.
No. I know it's traumatic. Why do you think that people aren't?
Why are they afraid?
Yeah, like why aren't they vocal? Like a decade is, for me, a decade. Like there should be like some type of threshold.
I mean, I agree. There should be a threshold in law, like past a certain time you can't report it. I think that should take
That's
place.
your limitation.
Yeah, I think that should take place. But just coming from experience, I feel like the fear stems from if people are going to believe you or not. The fear stems from how are people going to look at you? Is it going to change your reputation? Are people going to think it was you? Like there's so much that goes into it that it's just not that simple to like just come out and say it. It's not.
So I'm just want to make sure I'm understanding. When somebody experiences abuse, a reason some people do not come out and, actively speak on it is because they're worried about the judgment of others.
Could be that. Could be that they're worried that people are not going to believe them. It could be that they're worried that whoever the person is can like say it was them, switch the scenario around.
Or maybe they'll try to hurt you even more.
Yeah, or if it's somebody they're fearful of, they're afraid. Oh, now if I say this, now I'm gonna be in trouble. He's gonna come after me. He's gonna get somebody to come after me. There's like I said, there's so many different ways.
But like, so when I look at like real situations where a man was accused, or not accused, but he was found guilty of, and then there's always a backstory of multiple other cases that transpired. And then there's usually one person who, I guess must have been like the last straw that he was going to get away with it. And they, actively did whatever they needed to do to make him serve his sentence or make him found guilty. When a person undergoes such a traumatic event, I know that you're saying that they're thinking really from the outside looking in on what they're going to be looked at, viewed as, or even heard as. Mm-hmm. But do they ever look at the outside as well, saying, well, if I don't say anything, this could happen to somebody else?
Correct. I feel like I know other girls that have said that exact same thing. But to each his own. It really just depends on you as a person. Like I've met girls who do speak out right away, but then there's people who don't.
Is that something that should be taught?
I mean, there are groups, there are
programs.
Yeah,
I mean, like
programs.
at a young, like remember back in the, I don't know about you, but back in the day they had like the DARE programs.
Yeah, if you see something, say something.
DARE.
Yes.
Yeah, you had DARE?
I had DARE.
Okay.
Yeah, if you see something, say something. It's the same as that same logic. Yes, I mean technically parents should be teaching their kids, girls or boys, if somebody is doing something to you, do not be afraid to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what about the kids that lie?
I mean, that exists.
Because I ain't gonna lie.
What can you do? Like, you can't control that.
My daughter did lie, and I almost blew up the daycare. Because he said the teacher hit her. I think I told you this story.
Yeah, I
Maria?
remember this story. I think I heard this
And then
story
like
too.
they ran the cameras and it never happened. But I was already on somebody has to pay for this. Right? Somebody has to pay for this. So like I fear, and that was the one thing that slowed me down and made me pump my brakes is like, yo, children do
Yeah, they-
lie or kids do lie
Yeah,
and
my,
young
my
adults.
youngest daughter has lied to me like that before, where I had to go to the school and get the principal of all this, and she was lying. It happens. It happens. She even got another little boy in trouble.
Really?
It involved a whole nother point. It had me call the parent and everything, and it was all a lie.
Wow.
So kids do that. It's just us as parents to like, okay, once you see your child has the ability to do that, now you gotta really verify, go forward with whatever they say. Unfortunately,
You think parents aren't paying attention to their children?
I think it is a natural thing for parents to sometimes get caught up in their own world. With work, with life, with their
Other
partner.
kids.
If they have other kids, exactly. It's natural for you to get caught up in life, and sometimes you may look at your child and think, oh, they're fine, everything is okay. Like they're just in their room. They look okay. They ate today, okay. Like,
They
but
don't be eating,
realistically,
though.
they're going through things. They may be going through stuff. They may be watching stuff you don't know, or like poisoning their brain with stuff you don't know. If you don't pay attention, especially in this generation, like everything for these kids is like full blown access. It's like right at their hands. It's like you really have to be on top of them, because if not, you can lose them to the streets. You absolutely can.
I mean, so here's the thing, and I actually argue about this with my girl every week
Not every week.
because my thing is I'm not mad at exposure. I would actually prefer exposure now than later. You know what I'm saying? Only because at later, when you're now being exposed to something
Yeah.
at 18, let's just say, you can actively make that decision to try to experience it. And I can't stop you legally. At, I don't care, 7, 10, 12, 16, I'd rather be able to coach you so you understand what exists outside
Yeah.
and then try to prepare you for what exists outside rather than try to heal you from what you experienced outside.
Yeah.
Right? I'd rather look at it from a preventative standpoint. This is what the world is. I know you had a good life, but this is what the world really is. This is what exists in the world. This is, there's alcohol, there's drugs. I like a Band-Aid is ripped off. Like I tell it to them how it is.
How old is she?
There's 4 and 11. I don't want to get the stories about that. She just told my friend that she drinks alcohol every day. And I don't even know if she knew what alcohol was. I was like, what the fuck?
That's why I would say personally, with my experience, I think that there's still a good age range to really expose them. I don't think it is smart to expose off the rip. I do think 4 is young. I think when they're younger, they're sponges. So they take everything in, yes. So I get the logic of trying to teach them everything, but their mental is not ready for everything.
I disagree. Here's my thing. So, and this even happened yesterday, right? We were talking with the other coaches about training the kids, running plays. Football plays are very complex. And they had 8 plays in the other group that was 2 years older. We had 48. And you know what he said? That's too much for them. That's what he told us. But guess what? We didn't have any problems running it. We pushed the envelope. We pushed the mental capacity. We pushed the retention. And they all 25 of them know it and did it and executed. And we had a great season.
Yeah.
I think when we start to, I don't feel like we should ever be limiting our children and try to dictate what they can and can't hold on to.
I mean, I get that
If
logic.
you realize it, of course.
No, I
pull
get
back,
that. I get
right?
that logic, but it's like, I'll give you an example. Let's say your 4-year-old, right? Very smart girl. Now you're over here teaching her about drugs and alcohol. Like you just said, she just went and told somebody she drinks alcohol. Let's say she goes to the school. Let's say she goes to the school and now she's teaching the kids about drug and alcohol. This happens. This legit happens. That's how children are exposed, through other children. Mm-hmm. So that's why, for me personally, I think there is a right age to start exposing. Like, I think young is not the way to do it. You're actually fucking up other kids by doing that.
Well, I mean, if you're leading with good intentions and good accurate information, it's perfect. You know why? Because on the flip side, there's another kid who has a mom or a father who's drinking alcohol, who is maybe abusing alcohol, maybe even abusing people in the house, and they're coming to school and they're acting out the abuse that they experience at home.
Yeah.
And they're speaking about it.
No, that exists for sure.
Right? So I feel like when it gets to a point, like that's why I believe in understanding and knowing the difference rather than, ignorance being bliss. And, of course you want to expose it in a healthy way. I'm not saying that, this exists and it's just there. It's like, hey, this is like, she asked me like, what does alcohol do? I was like, it's very unhealthy for you.
It's a poison.
Yeah, it's not good. Like, you tell them the truth.
So that's what I tell my kids. It's poison. You drink it, it messes with you, makes your brain, you feel crazy.
No, I know. I don't want to say that.
It's true though. It is a poison.
But you don't want
Realistically,
poisoning
it is a
our
poison.
bodies when we're drinking.
Like, of course, but like,
I'm very cautious as to what I do in front of my kids.
that's another thing. Yeah.
I'm so cautious. I'm the only one in my whole entire family that's like that. And I'll even tell you, my mom's birthday just passed. My uncle left a blunt on the kitchen table. I walk in with my kids and I'm like, and my mom's looking at my uncle like, you better take that blunt, because they already know I don't play that shit. I will argue with my whole entire family. I will not show up to family parties if you are not going to respect me and my kids, because I do not play that shit. Your kids look at you like you are, like you're God. They're going to follow you. Whatever you do, if you do it, if it's okay for you to do it, it's okay for them to do it. Period. So I do not get drunk in front of my kids. I have taken a sip, a shot maybe. I do not drink in front of them. I do not get lit. I do not party in front of them. I respect my children to that much of an extent. I don't let them see me like that ever.
Nah, I'm with you 1,000%. I still to this day don't really curse in front of my mother.
Yeah, it's a respect thing. I want them to respect me, but I also want them to know that I respect them that much too.
Well, the thing is, as a role model, you have to understand that you are leading by example.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you like to do, and again, a lot of people are not built to be role models.
Yeah.
Which also means you're not built to be a parent, right? So when you are a parent, you have to understand, or just anybody, it could be an influencer. You are leading by
eyes
example.
watching you, yeah.
When you have people who glorify you, whether it be your child or somebody else, you got to be mindful of that.
Like my 18-year-old, she's not stupid, right? Like they get to that point where they're not stupid. So even if you're trying to hide things, it's noticeable. They're going to know. They're going to pay attention to little things, little signs, a rap here, there, whatever. So I'm honest with her. But I will tell her, look, I smoked a blunt with her. And I told her straight up, look, you want to try it? We'll do it together, So you know what it feels like. But do I want you doing it all the time? No. Because even myself, sometimes I'll be like, damn, I want to stop smoking. Like, I want to try to be better. Like,
But try to be better.
But I try to explain to her, I'm already damaged. Like, you don't damage yourself. Like, don't follow me, okay? Just because I do it doesn't mean you got to do it. Like, but I'm going to do better, I promise. That's what I tell her.
I think it's so.
So do you guys monitor like what they watch, like on YouTube, especially like the younger ones? Because I have 4 younger brothers, and I caught him watching twerking videos.
Yeah, I mean, look.
And I'm like, what are you doing? He's 6.
What was he doing when he was watching it though?
He was just watching it.
See,
like,
it's weird because
he wasn't doing anything like that.
If he's attracted or he's about to imitate.
Well, good. I'm happy that I know that he's not zesty. Like, but still, like, it's just like, what do I do as a big sister? Like, am I tell him that's wrong? Like, no, you're too young for this. Yeah. Because if I take it to my mom, she's gonna take it to the extreme.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in explanation.
Yeah, you say,
look at your kid like a judge.
That's a dance movement, but
that's just a fucking movement.
That's a dance movement for older people. Older people, Alan. This is a new generation.
You'll catch a guy twerking in the club too. Trust me, I seen it.
Catch a guy twerk.
No, I don't.
Older people, okay.
You got kids that are so like intuitive and impressionable that they ask, "Well, can I do it when I get older?" So you already know that they're premeditating what they want to do, right? So like, I'm not with that. So like I was just saying, I treat it like a judge. they're the judge and I'm the plaintiff or the defendant, right? I need to explain to them why that is guilty
Yeah.
or what guilt that can bring. That's how I look at it. I don't look at it as, I actually look up to the children rather than try to look down at it. You know what I'm saying? Because they have no idea. You know, it's like a blank slate of life. So if I treat it that way, then I make sure that, you know, I explain it in full and detail to a point where they can understand literally the pros and the cons. And that's why it's very important. I mean, do I monitor it? Yes. But I just, like, I had a whole argument with Holiday.
Do you not allow certain things?
I mean, like
certain stuff, like sex scenes and stuff like that. You don't let them watch stuff like that.
oh, hell no. What?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They should be watching, like, kid-based type of things?
But you know, kid shows now be having like kissing and like mad shit. Like,
Yeah, they
look,
do, they
I
do.
was laying.
even like Netflix kids, y'all need to do better because there's mad shit in there that is like, why is
thing
this
is-
in kids?
Yeah.
What about the kids who don't have like tablets, because or anything like that, and they're not exposed to anything? Do you think like they're safer?
The schools are
Still.
exposed.
They be watching it on other people's tablets.
Yeah. That's the number one.
'Cause I think I saw something like
that's the number one way that kids learn stuff is through the schools, like amongst each other.
I mean, I'll be 100% honest with you. I could be around a person's parent. I could be around a kid's parent, and I could understand 1,000% what that kid will be in this journey, and what they most likely will do. And I can tell, and I was just having this conversation with a good parent, a good father, a good mother, ain't letting none of that shit slide. Even though, because the curiosity is gonna come. It came to you, me. It comes to all of us. We even, some of us even act upon it.
I feel like I partially agree with that statement. I feel like I agree with that statement while they're within like the adolescent years. But once they're out of the adolescent
Like
years,
teenagers?
yeah, like I don't agree with that statement because no, like even from like baby all the way to like 18, 19 maybe, you know, but once they're adults, I don't agree with that statement because I know really good parents who, you know, like have a son that's a murderer, you know, like so it's not really the parent, you know, like unfortunately,
it is
like
because there's always, you know, if you look at it all,
like this person's parents were like A1.
But to who?
What do you mean? Even to him.
But like, okay, A1 means what exactly?
Like picture perfect parents.
I mean, I don't know what
Okay.
that is.
So I had a
What you didn't have picture perfect parents, like
What I'm saying is like a picture perfect parent is different for every child.
yeah.
So you might require love and affection. She might require discipline and you know, I don't know, structure. Two different requirements,
Yeah.
right? So a parent who's just loving and forgiving with a person who requires structure and discipline
what
It's
you're
not a
saying.
is
perfect
not
parent.
a perfect, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what
That's
you're saying.
actually terrible for them.
But my statement is in regards to what you said because you're like, oh, if you see a parent, you can automatically know what the kid is gonna be like. I'm like, you can't judge it off the parent. You can't.
yeah. I had this friend in sorry to
You
cut you
can't
off.
judge off the
I
parent.
had this friend in in high school, and her parents were very strict with her. Like, didn't let her go anywhere. She couldn't wear earrings. She couldn't do her nails. Like, they were always in church. She had to wear long skirts. Like, if she had to wear tights, like she had to sneak to wear tights. And she had like a nice body and everything. She ended up being like a stripper. And like one of my cousin ran into her, and she like does coke and smokes cigarettes and with a guy who's abused her, which is the complete opposite of what her parents were trying to protect her from. That's
What?
exactly what she ends up doing.
Well, that goes,
Well, sometimes if you're a little too strict, that happens.
well, that's because there was no exposure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're a
And the
little too
second
strict.
that you were allowed to
it's
be
like
an
you go
adult,
wild. You're
yeah.
like, woo!
It's over. Yeah.
So like, but that's what I'm saying. Like a good parent, and the best thing I could do is be around other parents because you get to see, you know exactly. Oh shit, this is a good parent right here.
Yeah.
Damn, their kid is on point. Yeah, that's good. Let me see how they handle this. You actually learn. Like we pick up little tips and tricks from each other. Like okay, how do you deal with this situation? How do you assess this situation? And you can see the ones that are really good. They typically have very good balanced parenting. There's a mixture of love. There's a mixture of discipline. There's a mixture of structure. There's a mixture of compassion. There's a mixture
Yeah.
of explanation. It's a little bit of everything. It's not protect you from the world, because once you get into the world, you're gonna go off the deep end. It's not allow you to experience whatever you want, because eventually you can end up in no man's land, right? As a nomad, it's literally a little bit of everything, and I think that's the key to parenting, so you don't have one of those situations. You know what I mean?
I agree. I feel like I definitely pay attention and monitor what the girls listen to and watch. I'm a big believer in everything you take in influences to some extent. Obviously, like not majorly, but every little piece does influence to some extent. I explain to them. It just sucks because TikTok, all the songs, it'd be like like mad
All
crazy
that,
shit.
yeah.
So it's like
Clock it.
you
Clock
gotta
it.
kind
It's
of just
crazy.
deal with it. But I explained to the girls, like my oldest, she's more understanding because she's already 18. So it's really my 12-year-old right now. Like just explaining to her, like, oh, this is just music. Doesn't mean it's reality, like, or stuff she sees on TV. Like, I'm like, this is just a movie. This is just a TV show. This is not reality. It doesn't have to be
Made
your
up.
reality.
Do you guys believe? Sorry. Do you
Go
guys
ahead.
believe that, like, you ever heard, like, oh, you choose your parents?
Yeah.
Like before you come here,
Yeah.
of course,
Mhm.
you choose your life. They say,
Yeah.
even the hardships.
Yeah. Because
I'm like, let me not do that. But I'm like, how did I choose her? What are you
Yeah,
talking
'cause
about?
Why would I do
Because
that?
there's something that she has to teach you. There's something
I don't know,
that she
man.
has
I
to
feel
teach
like
you.
I was brought in this world to maybe teach her. She has 2 other kids. I feel like she's a
Vice
boy
versa. It goes
mom.
both ways. It goes both ways, baby.
Yeah, it does. They say, before you come back into this life, you make a contract, and that contract is an agreement of the things that you're going to experience, because there's something that you needed to learn that you did not learn.
In the previous experience.
Exactly.
So you guys believe in, like, reincarnation and all that?
Similar.
Yeah, this is my like 1000th life. I was definitely a Greek warrior.
Oh,
Like I was like Achilles for sure.
You know what my 18-year-old though, she told me, because she be saying some crazy shit sometimes. She was like, oh, she's like, it's not even good for people to have lived so many lives. She's like, because then you're just not learning what you're supposed to learn from the get.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
She was like,
Some people be like, if you
100%.
didn't pursue your purpose, like, in your first life, you come back
Yeah.
to fulfill it your next
Yeah.
life.
So I went through a phase where I kept telling everybody, I don't give a fuck. After this, I'm going home. Right?
I remember
You
you.
remember that?
I remember you saying that.
After this, I'm going home. It doesn't see the thing is, I believe I had many, many lives. I believe I had a very wealthy life. I believe I was the top tier warrior. I believe I was the best king. I believe I was a tyrant. I believe I was a peasant. I believe I was all of these different things, because I kept I always abused it somehow, some way, right? I either abused my money or my power. See, God knows. I was abusing my sunglasses, or I was abusing people in my past lives. And this time I'm like, all right, I now have like a humanitarian side of me that is deeply rooted, and even when I try to ignore it, I can't.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, I feel like it's my job, my duty, my obligation to at least shed the truth or light to the world, right? Whether or not I, impact the amount of people that I wish to do, I know if I stay on that track, I will always be blessed, and I'll go back home because I lived more than everybody else. like I'd be like,
What made you think you were like a Greek warrior? Like what?
It's kind of hard to explain, but if I had to sum it up, I don't know if we can say this on YouTube, but I will. Right? So like when they talk about war, I'd be like, yeah, we need it. You know what I'm saying? Like in my brain, that's like what we need, right? For order, war and order, right? And I guess maybe because of that and like the warrior spirit that I have and like resiliency that like I chose to play football because of that, like it actually like more so resonated with me. I believe that I was like some type of Greek warrior, Greek god that was the god of war, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy.
Just like
Maybe I'm crazy. There's many sides to us, you know? Naisha, what were you? I know what you were.
Talk to me. Tell me.
I already know what Naisha was.
where was she?
You ever heard of Medusa?
Hypnotize people.
Yeah, kill them all.
Nah, I don't think Medusa was evil.
Nah, she wasn't evil. She had a good heart.
What do you know about Medusa?
She had a good heart. Actually, Medusa is a signal for victims of abuse. Actually,
Is it?
yeah. Look into it.
You know, they say, alleged, Medusa represented an African woman with dreads. Or locks, I should say, not dreads. But
That's not the girl who has a snake on her head.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then you look at her, you turn to stone or something.
Yeah.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that was a spiritual, melanated woman with locks in her hair, who they turned to Medusa.
So it's a curse.
No, it's a lie. All right, so to close, what I would like for you both to do.
Why when you say something, it always it feels like it's about to be something crazy.
Or being summoned.
Yeah. Let's have an honesty closing moment.
An honesty closing moment.
One thing that you know you need to work on, that you're gonna tell the public you're gonna commit to working on.
You first.
Why me? That I need to work on?
Yeah, that you know, like, you know, something that you feel like you can be better at. And you're gonna make a commitment to doing it on camera.
So I have people holding me accountable. You're saying right now? You're gonna see me be like, remember you said X, Y, and Z?
Remember you said no more husbands?
No,
Maybe I should have given you a different story. I don't know.
It's not. It's good.
Living in my truth. Happens. I'm pretty sure there's some out there, you know. Like
There's a lot.
Same. Being more consistent in the gym.
Okay, I like that.
Damn, AD, that's what I was gonna say.
That's a liar. You were not gonna say that.
I
Naisha.
swear.
Next time y'all see me, I'm gonna be 10 pounds, maybe 12 pounds less.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, it's my turn. I don't know. I feel like I work on myself every day. So I guess still continuing to do everything that I've been doing for myself, staying focused. I have my hands on a lot of different avenues right now.
Naisha, that's not an answer. No,
No.
like that's not an answer.
Oh no! I told you I really was gonna say the gym thing, but she said it.
What's something else? Maybe you, like maybe you could be like, hey, you know, I smoke 5 days a week instead of 5. I'll do 4.
All right, that's a good one, Rico.
No more soda.
No, I'm not ready for that one. I'm not ready for that one. I'm not publicly saying that. No, but I do want to smoke less for sure. But I'm already working on that. That's why I said I want to continue to do everything that I'm already working on. So that's already a part of the list.
Okay, well, we'll hold you to it.
Thanks.
Your turn.
Oh no, I'm being.
What?
I'm here to make comments.
Nah, you gotta close with your truth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna work on being more patient.
Ooh, I like that one for you. Hold him accountable, y'all.
I'm gonna work on being more patient, and understanding. I can't promise you, but I will work on it. I swear. But with that being said, thank you for tuning in for another episode, thank you for tuning in for the first. But I don't even know what we're calling this.
Just say thank you for tuning in.
All right, cool. Thank you for tuning in. We definitely appreciated you. We also appreciated Naisha and AD for pulling up, chatting about current events with a touch of their life. I think it was great. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, and let us know what you think. See you later.
Deuces.